And welcome, comic book community. Brothers and sisters out there, thank you for coming. I know it's late for you tonight, but now that I got you, here you go. And welcome to the Nerdy Collector Show. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. I want to thank everybody. It's been an awesome week so far. It was a great night tonight. I got a lot of things to show you. I have a special guest. I'm waiting for my co-host. I hope he wakes up. He's probably sleeping. Come on, Jeff. I need you here, buddy. I need you here. I need my co-host tonight. But without further ado, I do have a special guest tonight. He's been on our show before, but here you go. Mike, welcome back, buddy. Thanks for coming back. How you been?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Art Chemist, I want to say a real quick shout out. I want to give a shout out to the community here really quick. Everybody in the chat. Start right at the top. We have Just the Weekend, which probably fell asleep already. I'm so sorry, Just the Weekend.
He probably does.
Buddy, I'm so sorry. Splash Page is in the house, my brother.
Ooh.
Brother, Art Chemist. We got a nice surprise for you guys tonight. I want you guys. One of my co-sponsors, the Art Chemist, and his beautiful wife. I have a little something special for you guys to see tonight. And let's see here. So Art, thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. And who else do we got in the house? Real quick here, go down the Airboy Barbarian. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Let's get him up here. The chat's taking forever to pop up. And so last page. Hold on. Who we got? Airboy Barbarian. Thanks for being here. Tabitha, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Hey, Puff, I know he's probably asleep. He's been on shows all day today. Buddy, you're awesome. My wife had a wonderful time on that show tonight. I actually had my wife on tonight. She had a little bit of energy and got a good time. Kyle, my brother from New Zealand. I love it. Thank you for being here, buddy. No, it's
Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Haven't seen him in a while.
William Smallwood in the house. Hey, thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. And Barbarian Kung Fu. Ooh. Hey, this guy's been shooting up on some stuff pretty lately. He's been having some beautiful auctions. If you guys haven't checked out some of his auctions, please go check him out. He's got wonderful books out there. Yes, brother. I love this Netflix. Norseman is really good. I really enjoyed it. It's right up there with Viking. Hey, so nice to see you. Heck yeah, buddy. Thank you. Got some little surprises for you tonight. And we got Jim Boatwright, my brother. He's probably falling asleep at the monitor right now. Thank you for being here, buddy. I so much appreciate it. Big time. Yes. Yo. Let's catch up here really quick. First Prince Silver Surfer 4 on the hunt. Still on the hunt for it. Yes, sir. Always. Discovery Bay's in the house. Brother, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
That man never sleeps.
He doesn't. He does a lot in the community. Go check him out. Condisa Dorks, Javi's in the house. Thank you so much, buddy. Javi, thank you. You're wonderful tonight on the show, by the way. Yo. Okay, we're caught up. So, Mike, what have you been doing? I hope Jeff shows up. I think he fell asleep. My buddy's not here. Here. Oh, come on, buddy. All right. So, what have you been doing lately? I got a few books to show. First of all, I'm going to do a real quick shout out really quick while I get here so I don't forget. All right. So, everybody out there, I was supposed to go to the con this year, and unfortunately, because of all the COVID things and stuff happening, it never happened. So this is a wonderful AOK from none other than Steve, the AOK King, and Jeff, my brother, my co-host, 813. They've been holding on to this to me, and they wanted to hand it to me personally. But check this out right here. This is a shadow box, and it's got all of the horror characters. And my favorite character right in the background, Michael Myers. And then you got Pinhead. And then you got Jason. Then you got Freddy Krueger. And then you got Leatherface. But it lights up in the back, you guys. This is so friggin' cool. That's when it's off. That's when it's on. Just awesome. I want to say, you guys, unbelievable. Beautiful. And on another note, they actually sent me some books, and I think you're going to tell who I got this from. But brother, I'm going to definitely read this. This is from Jeff, 813. Beautiful AOK. Tarot of the Black Rose. He actually gave me the trade of it. 20th anniversary special. This is actually the two people that are in this book. His wife and the husband and wife team that made this book. It's really good. But I'm going to definitely read that. That was an AOK from Jeff. Thank you very much, Jeff. And then there was a couple books I ordered that I totally forgot that I got from Steve, that he got it from a comic book store down where he lives. And I got this, Forbidden Worlds, some of my favorite. This was from 1961, 101, January, February 1961, 1962, right around there. Great copy of Forbidden Worlds. I love Forbidden Worlds. I also got Outer Limits. and I got it from a comic book store he hangs out down there in. But look at this. This Outer Limits is beautiful. 12 center, 1967. Love stuff like this. Beautiful, beautiful copy. Adam of the Solar Man. I just, yeah, love it. And I just want to thank Steve for picking those up for me. And then part of that same AOK, I think I got this from Tim, one of Jeff's friends that runs a comic book store. And this is like a combined AOK from Jeff, Steve, and Tim. And Tim sent me this. And what's special about this is I think this is the third appearance of Fool Killer. I've been collecting him. He's a weird character. He's a vigilante. He's a lot like Punisher mixed in with a bunch of other stuff. But it's from 1982, number 225, Amazing Spider-Man. I think his original one is Adventures into Fear. It might be either 19 or 15, one of those two. I have to look it up. But really cool. And then I got an Alpha Flight Talisman like this, issue 19. Great, great book. New Mutants 99. Loving that. Beautiful. I just want to say thank you to both Jeff, Steve, and Tim. And then this I just found out because I talked to Steve earlier tonight, and this blew me away. So I've been looking all over for this, and he put it in this book. And this is from my buddy, Jeff 813, the brother. Oh my God, this is awesome. Yes, finally got this black. This cover, oh my God. Love this cover. This is definitely going to be a graded book. So, Jeff, you're not here, but I'm going to tell you right now. Talk about, buddy. Seriously, sorry. Not getting here on you, but just I love it. So, getting onto the book. Getting onto the two books. You're really loud, Mike.
Yeah.
Change in your box? Did you have change in that box? What was so loud in the box?
Oh, it was just a pain to get it open.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. My phone is going off. Hold on.
Yeah, they got it really good.
I'll make sure you get the link. Hold on, Steve. Give me 1 second, buddy. It's coming. So hold on. Levy Collectibles. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Let me catch up with this. Hold on. Yo, we got Captain Comics in the house. Thank you for being here. Love it. Archive, man. I love you, buddy. I think my buddy there is actually looking for some land. He's been looking for some land big time. Captain Comics, beautiful. Okay, so really quick, I got a little bit of I read these this afternoon. Very interesting. And something that caught my eye. These are some older tales. I'm going to show these books really quick, and then I'm going to put it right onto you. You got books ready, bud?
Oh, yeah.
You want to show a book? You want to talk about it?
I got a bunch of stuff.
Let's give us a tease. Yo, how are you, collectibles? Thank you for being here.
All right, I'll show you the best cover, two of the best covers, if I can find them.
Okay.
Not that one. That
Before I
one's
go on to this, I'm going to go on to a little story because I'm going to give everybody a little bit of a history lesson. Actually, a little bit of knowledge of some old mythology. Hold on. Let's see this. Oh, yeah. Now tell people about this. Now you're a huge Archie's collectible fan, and Betty and Veronica. I knew that. You just got this, didn't you? Now this is beautiful.
Yeah, I just got this. 12 already came out, I believe. So
did it?
Yeah, this is back from, I don't know what it was. It was because of COVID. They got pushed back. So
right.
So it should have been a few months ago.
Sweet.
But I finally got it. But yeah, that's the who did that cover? It should say. Newborn.
No, that's not Perillo. That's somebody else. I'm trying to see. I'm just.
That is what the cover is. That cover E. If that is the cover E, that is somebody by the name of Stags.
Stags. Let me see the cover. Nice. That's a really pretty cover. I like Red Sonja on it. It's nice.
Yeah, he did a few of the covers. It was Stags.
Thank you,
Uh,
Discovery Bay, buddy. Thank you.
yeah, I don't even remember who. There's so many different people on the different covers, but Dan did it's mostly Dan Parent's book.
So did you actually bring your list up so everybody can see it tonight? That new list you sent me?
Oh, yeah, I can find it here. I was just goofing around with it.
Sung by the Archie. Yeah, there we go. You see this? Look at Arca.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
You know the funny thing was, if you watch the what was it? The Start Me Up show.
Yep.
That Javi did.
Yep.
That they did.
Yes.
He did. It
Yes.
was 1969 versus 94, I think he said.
Yep.
And 69 had the Archies as number one.
No, really?
They ended the year at number one, but they were the number one selling comic book.
Oh, very cool, dude.
You got a couple years later, they were nowhere to be seen. So
I wish Jeff was here, doggone it. He must have fell asleep.
oh,
Show me
yeah.
another book. Show me another book.
Oh, okay. I'll show you the list
Before I go on to this. You're going to show a list in a minute, but show another book.
Just here's the Archie milestones.
Now, what is this? What is this?
This is the Archie Digest that you find in your grocery store when you walk up to the register.
When did that come out?
This one came out. I can't remember. I think they're up to 10 now, but it comes out every other month.
You want to give me a little?
But the original of these came out in the 70s.
Was it the 70s?
Yeah, it was the 70s, and it was
they're kind of like a Reader's Digest, aren't they?
Yeah, it was who was it? It was the guy from Marvel before he became Marvel. Not DeCarlo, it was DeFalco.
Nice.
DeFalco started doing this when he became the editor of Archie.
Cool.
So he just started this up in the 70s, and they have different ones. This is just one of them.
Look at Javi. He's just putting the music in there. I love it.
Yeah.
I have Javi on here. I want Javi on my show at least once.
Oh yeah, you need to.
Because he needs to play his instrument. I want to hear some of his
music. That was the one there.
That Archie was from the 70s, right?
That one there came out just a few months ago, but the originals were started in the 70s.
Okay. Cool. So all right, I'll show a book now. I'll go back to books. Okay, so this is really cool, you guys. Now you know how I get onto these little tangents. I'll try to stay on focus. So this is from Javi, my brother there. He's in the chat. I bought some books from him a couple of weeks ago, and I did get them yesterday. So thank you very much, Javi. I appreciate it. And I like the unusual and the difference, but I like these strange tales, okay? And I'm going to tell you why I like this run. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of a quick synopsis. Where are we? Make sure I get this in order. Okay. So number 176, Strange Tales, the Golem. Now, the reason why I like this is, first of all these mini books like this always had 2 or 3 stories in them. And the one cool thing about this, if you didn't know, and there's the second story. So it goes right into the second story of the Golem. So these are chapter 1 and chapter 2. They actually go into the next. And the other one, I'm going to try to read this because I took notes and I actually looked it up. But on the Golem itself, I already knew the part of the history on it and about the folklore. If people don't know, it's actually an old Jewish folk tale. And in the Jewish legend, in this story, I'll try to keep this up while I'm doing this, like in this particular one. Okay, so in this, you're going to find this funny because in this second book, this is the first story of the Golem in here. And what's interesting that I noticed right off the bat was Golem, even inside here in the pages, he doesn't have the words on his head, which I already knew this, was called Ameth. It's called Ameth, and it's in Jewish literature, which means truth. So they would have it across the forehead. And the Jewish wizard of the time in the 16th century would write this over the golems. The wizard would write it over the head. And it was called, and it meant truth, but then it must be written. I'm going to try to read this because my lights are so damn low. Sorry. Must be written on the forehead. And to stop the golem, the first letter of Emeth is meth, which is really weird. And then he would wear it'd have to be erased, and it would spell meth on the forehead. That would stop him dead. So then he would be dead. He wouldn't move. He'd be totally in silence. And the other part of the legend would be an amulet. He had to wear an amulet, and the amulet was placed around his neck to stop him so he wouldn't be moved. Because if he was uncontrolled, he'd basically create total chaos. He'd be total like Armageddon. You wouldn't be able to stop him. And there's been a few movies over the years that portrayed Gollum. One of my favorites was an old black and white by Roddy McDowell that played in the movie, which you'd be surprised, is called It. And it's a black and white, and it's about a Gollum, and it's all about the end of the world, and it's very interesting. So if you haven't seen it, it's called It, and it's a black and white. Came out in like 1961, I think it was. And the other one that's part of this legendal story is Dar Gollum is what it's called. And yeah, it's really interesting, but there's a lot of, like I said, little history notes, stuff like that about Gollum. Boom. And then we have the second part of the story, which I find interesting. First party had none of that information in there, none of it, but I already knew it. So I wrote it down and took notes for it. In the second part of the story, the first 2 pages, what did they have? They're written on the thing. They show 16th century, a Jewish wizard creating the golem, writing it on his forehead. As soon as he writes it on the forehead, the golem freezes and dies and crushes the wizard, and they both die. That's how it starts. So they basically, the editor Stan Lee and the rest of them that did this corrected the story, which was really interesting. But Javi, just really quick, I know I got to drag that one out. Thank you so much, buddy. That was really cool. Got some other books from Javi. I'll show you those in a little bit. So we'll try to keep this going. Buddy, what else you got? So did you find that interesting?
Yeah. So can you get that on? Can you get that on DVD?
Yeah, you're able to buy that and get DVD for sure.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering, because some of the stuff like that is either not on DVD or you can't find
it. God Tank is in the house. Look at this. My God Tank's in the house. Afterlife with Archie Rules. Yes. Cool. Nice. Oh, let me get you blown up here. There you go, bud. Yo, God Tank.
Yeah, bad part about this is that they somehow finished this part of the ongoing Archie story, and it just stopped.
Give me 1 second. I have to say something really quick.
All right, go right ahead.
Hold on. No, keep talking. Just give me a second. Oh. I'm reading something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but they just stopped printing it. I don't know why.
Sure. Well, which one did they stop printing? Show me.
This is the Archie ongoing series. It ended at 713. They just had these things where Archie was dating Sabrina for a while. Then he was dating Kitty King for a while, which the TV show got canceled, but they were showing him. And then they just stopped printing the book. I don't know if COVID hit and the artist stopped doing it. Hey, nice. What are you doing?
Oh, that's okay. Your kitty can be there. That's all good. I love it. You took up the camera.
Gizzy, get over there. Get in your box.
That's awesome.
Get in your box. Get in your box. Get in your box.
Yeah.
You love being in your box. Gizmo.
I love it. Named right after the Gremlins, right?
Yep.
Love it.
So there's that one. But yeah, they just ended it. I don't know why. Abruptly just ended it. So I don't know.
I'm always forgetting how to do this. Give me a second. I got to get somebody on here. Hold on.
Oh, you're trying to get somebody in the.
Yes. Keep talking. Keep showing
Oh,
book. Keep showing
okay. Here's Vampirilla or Vampironica, the New Blood.
Yep. I'm watching you.
Gizmo, don't eat it. Don't eat the book. You're
Okay,
not
so what's
grown.
special about this one though?
It's on their horror series.
Okay.
So special about this is Vampironica. I guess they did a back in the Betty and Veronica series, the
Okay.
ongoing they had from 87 till whatever it was, 2015 or something, whatever it was, a few years ago. They ended up ending it, but in two of the issues they had the first appearance of Vampironica, where Veronica became a vampire.
Right.
So they just I guess adapted that into this, and as soon as this came out, those books skyrocketed. Nobody cared about those books until this came out, and then people realized, oh, her first appearance was actually not these books; they were in those. Oh, okay,
Oh my God, really?
yeah. So those are the ones I'm hunting. I'm trying to get those, but those are going to cost me like in the hundreds. So, but these right here, this right here is just another series. They had one that was just Vampironica. Then they had a new one. They came out with a 4-part series of the New Blood. Bunch of different people on it. I don't know half of these people that work on some of this stuff.
Okay.
So there's that. We have Archie, just a one shot they do. They do these like Archie and Friends or Betty and Veronica and Friends.
Right.
And that. So it's just these little $2.99 one shots. With goofy covers and stuff. So
Nice. I like that. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it on the other screen. Sorry, buddy. I have to look on the other screen.
yeah, that's that. And then we have, I actually picked this up, Ghostbusters Year One.
Nice. You know who would like that? That's a state puff. That's Sean.
Oh yeah.
Sean loves Ghostbusters.
I have one. I don't know if it's part of this series in that, but the guy's been writing, the same writer's been writing everything Ghostbusters they've been doing for years. There's cover B. I love those. We've got a bunch of those. And then we have, out of the newer books, we have.
Airboy. I'm liking Airboy's little thing. I love it. I'm really loving what he's got on here.
Motion.
No, Airboy has really got some knowledge. He's dropping some knowledge there.
Ah.
Look at this. All about the golem. Very nice. Very nice. Sorry.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. Keep going. Sorry, bud.
And then we have the last of the new books. Then I got some back issues to show you, but here's the other cop. This is the Dan Parent cover of number 11.
If Steve's still in the house, I sent an invite out. I'm going to have to put a link in the chat here, I think. Just makes it easier.
But that's he does more of the cartoony type covers.
Right.
In that, but yeah. And this was only supposed to be a 6-part series.
Really?
And I guess it sold pretty well, so it became a 12-parter. But, with Dynamite having all their internal issues.
Right. I know. I've been hearing about that too.
Yeah, all the internal issues. Who knows if they're going to be around, in another year.
Yeah, I know.
It's sad. It's sad to say, but
very, very much so.
And I'm also, what I've been hearing from people is stuff about DC Comics and stuff. So they're betting on these. They're betting on the two women, I guess they put in charge to keep them afloat. And a lot of people saying that one seems to have more. From what I've heard from a few people, is one seems to have more comic book pull than the other one. So they're hoping that at least if it turns out that the one can turn them back into a perennial powerhouse.
I love it. Airboy, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, is that good?
Oh yeah. Then I got back issues here that I bought from I bought from Bonafide Comics.
Cool. Let's see.
He's not too far. Actually, he's not very far from me.
I have
He's
a lot more books to show. So
yeah, he's about 3.5. He's about 3.5, maybe 4 hours away from me.
okay.
And that in North Carolina. So
I can show a couple more before I drop a little something here. Go ahead. Oh, dude, I like that. What issue is that?
322.
Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. That's a beautiful looking copy too.
Oh yeah, that's when he said he had it and he showed it to me and I was like, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Gave me a good deal on it too, because I bought a couple of before I bought a couple of Fantastic Fours from him.
Okay.
And that at the early stages of COVID, I bought a couple back then.
Right.
They were nice copies. So one of them may eventually get graded.
Oh,
but I know CBCS is doing a deal right now.
Yep.
For the month. If you send 10 modern books in,
yep,
the 10th one is free.
Yep, that's right.
And then they were doing a deal if you had signature books just for this weekend. If you sent them in by this weekend,
okay,
or submitted them, that they would have you get I guess $5 off your signature book. So any signature book you send in, they give you $5 off on it.
Cool.
But yeah, I got a bunch of detectives from him to help my run.
Oh, I like that too. That's sweet.
Yeah, I love these.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've been selling the Batmans off, kept a few of the good ones, but been selling a bunch off, sold a bunch to Bearded Comic Bro.
So people that don't know you, Mike, tell people in the chat how long you've been collecting and what you really like.
Collecting since 1990. Got out in 2006. Got back in around 2010 with just a few things here and there. Didn't really buy anything until 2011.
Nice.
Because the guy ended up talking to this one guy he had a shop inside the mall.
Sure.
And we started talking, and my wife had been over there before and seen his shop before and talked to the guy and said, you need to come see this guy, He's all about comics and pulp culture, all kinds of stuff. So I went in there.
Video games too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Went in there and started talking to him. And I was just like thinking, okay, I'll talk to him a little bit, see what he's got going. And he used to buy and sell on the side. I guess he was a fisherman for years out at the coast, and he would buy and sell stuff just over the years. He would just buy it and sell it.
Okay.
It's like a hobby type thing. And I guess when he retired from fishing, he decided, I'm going to do this. So he got me back into collecting a few things. And then I started buying goofy boxes of comics that you could get on Groupon and stuff like that. Different companies put together boxes.
So did your wife collect too?
She collects like New Kids on the Block stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she has a few comics that she collects, like Looney Tunes, CDs, DVDs. She collects a lot of that stuff. But yeah, and then I got into collecting stuff over the years. From when I was a kid, I was collecting mostly, like at first I was collecting mostly like Spider-Man stuff. Because I like Spider-Man and that in 90, that kind of stuff. And then 92 rolls around and you get that special issue, that's issue 69 of Justice League America, of seeing Doomsday on there coming in and beating up the Justice League.
Well, we have a guest that just showed up here. Here we go. And Airboy. Here we go.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
There he is. How's it going?
How are you, bud?
Real good.
Cool.
I'm awake.
What's that?
I'm actually awake. Usually I've got to get up in the morning and go to church or whatnot, but I got half my family's got colds, so I got to stay home tomorrow. But
Sure.
Right.
How have you been?
Real good. Thank you for inviting me here. I appreciate it. So
Absolutely.
Sorry to mess with people's heads there. I just thought it was interesting you brought up the Golem issue.
Yeah.
So
of course.
Right.
It's interesting. It's an interesting little bit of knowledge, for the legend of it. And I like stuff like that.
Well, I see that now, in the Jewish, I'm a Christian, but in the Jewish,
all good. It's all good.
Yeah, in the Jewish heritage, in the Old Testament, so God creates everything ex nihilo, out of nothing, right?
Yep.
So a man without a soul is nothing, and that's where that whole thing you were talking about comes from. So, which is the scariest thing of all, a soulless man. But yeah, that's cool stuff.
It is cool. Basically, the end of the world. It's
Right,
uncontrollable.
right. Men don't have any souls, right? Yeah, you don't want to be around, right? So that's cool. But
So
no,
everybody out there, I got just want to say I finally got the conclusion, and I finally read the latest Wonder Woman Dead Earth series. And I loved it. This was awesome. It's 4-part series, Dark Black Label. It was excellent. Excellent. If you can't see right there what's going on this front cover, this is Superman that she's holding on to on her lasso.
whoa.
Yeah. So that's all I'm going to say. Don't want to give too much away because I don't want getting people mad at me.
she did a Predator on him.
Well, there's more to the story. There's 4 parts of the story, and it's unfortunately the only thing I didn't like about it is a quick read, but the art panels are huge, and the fight scenes and things that happen. This is set in the future, about 1,000 years into the future. There's a nuclear holocaust that happens and all this, and yeah, the story gets better.
Right.
But what else was I gonna say? There was something more. Okay, so really quick, I have a little drop for my sponsors. Really quick, I just gotta drop something really quick. Sorry, guys. So first thing is funny. You're gonna love this. This one's for the art chemist and his wife. His sweetheart. All the links are in the description below on the bottom, and I actually uploaded everybody's links down below. So make sure you check them out, all their most recent stuff. And Arsenio, this is for you. Or make sure you go check out Skellington Comics. They got new books out there. You can go check them out. I get nothing for this. I'm doing it because I'm just a friend. And we had a couple little commercials for them. And another buddy of mine, another sponsor, good buddy of mine, he's doing this right now. So make sure you check this out.
I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you.
Go check him out on Instagram. His son's trying to get a car. So continue on. What do you got? Any new? Do you have any books, Airboy? Anything you'd like to show or talk about?
Yeah, I do. I've got it. Yeah,
Let's
this one here.
I would love to see. I love your collection, and I love your wall right there, especially the Silver Surfer right there.
Oh yeah,
goodness.
I got a big new one there. But I'll start. This is from Barbarian Kung Fu. Okay,
beautiful.
So this is a LB Cole cover. So I traded a first Howard the Duck for it, and it's probably got a 3.54. But this is an early, I suppose, an early 40s book. So yeah,
definitely a 40s.
Right.
Yeah, nice little golden age going on. How is it on the inside? Nice.
It's really nice on the inside. It's got one detached staple on the bottom, but I took the spine roll out of it. But yeah, it's a nice book. So
what attracted you to this book? I'm just curious.
It's LB Cole. Anything LB Cole, and I can trade for or get under $100. I just have at it. It's just so wild. They're colored. Use of colors. It's just incredible.
They're pop. They pop.
Right.
Place for many years.
Right. I ran across a while back, I ran across a mask, a first mask, and I wanted to keep it, but another collector in the community, he purchased it from me, and I cleared so much money from that purchase. I was able to get some other stuff that I've wanted. I got this too lately.
Oh, let's see. Wow.
Big
Beautiful.
Joker book. Yeah. So I'm starting to, I'm dumping every modern and copper thing I don't want to just
There you
go
go.
gold. Just going gold with a lot of stuff. So
Isn't that
That's the
beautiful?
way to go. That's the way to
Right.
go.
And then I got this one here. I guess I show you one more here.
Sure. Oh, yes. There you go.
Right.
The Phantom. Love it.
Right. Just walking on the skulls. I don't know where in the world he's at, but
Let's see
usually these
that.
Phantom covers don't have this dark gold age look, and then you got the good girl art and the bondage touch at the same time.
Yeah, I always like the bondage stuff. You know what's weird about that? Look at the I'm trying to let the camera clear up a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that a like a photo of a man with shorts on?
Where's that at? What do you mean?
The Phantom that's sitting with something wrapped around his neck.
Oh, it's probably my internet stinks. I live in a rural community. It's actually it's like a Zulu guy.
Oh, got it.
Right.
No, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Sorry, my internet's so poor.
No, you're good. No, that's why I was asking. It almost looked like a photo of a man with
a woman.
Right.
Yeah, I see the woman. It's
a Zulu guy with a mask on. I don't know.
Got it. I see it. Oh, there. That's better.
Oh, yeah.
Better. Now I see it.
And then the skulls on the bottom.
Cool.
Right,
Cool.
check the skulls out.
What's the date on that?
I don't even know. It's Comic Hits number 56. I think this one is probably mid 40s, but I didn't even look it up. I just thought the cover was so cool for $60. I couldn't pass this up.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So
do it every day.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going that way. As a matter of fact, I was tempted to get rid of, but then I couldn't because I like the actor so much. And it's going to go back down. But, I got this first Black Panther. Yep. And it's hard because you got silver that you can get again.
Sure.
And I have this thing, well, I get rid of silver if I can get something rare that's gold.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
And right now that book is just high right now. But I decided, again, that wouldn't be the right thing to do.
No, of course not.
So I've holding on to that. But yeah, those are just a couple new ones I got. And
so how long you been collecting here, boy?
The first comic book I got.
Yeah.
The first comic book I got was actually let me go get it if you don't mind.
No, absolutely not. You go right ahead. That's awesome. I am looking for a book.
Oh.
Right here.
Mike, go ahead, bud, if you got something to show.
You can see this or not. So this is an insignificant Incredible Hulk 261. It's a Bill Mantlo story.
Huh.
And it's actually an early Frank Miller cover. And my mom bought me a subscription to the Incredible Hulk and the Amazing Spider-Man when I was 6 years old.
That's awesome.
Because she wanted me to learn how to read. I couldn't read real well. And so she bought me comic books, and I started collecting Hulk and Spider-Man back in 1980, 1981. And so this is actually the first comic that I actually have signed by Stan Lee, and then there's Frank Miller's signature.
That's beautiful.
The comic itself is not, worth a lot, but it's priceless to me, Yeah,
of course. But see, that's the thing. That's what I always say. It's got some history. It's got some stuff of your childhood.
Right.
It's with me, my childhood memory was Fantastic Four King Size Annual.
Wow.
And
yeah.
That was my book, and that's how I got jumped right into the rabbit hole.
Right.
So
right. And so I just read, I put comics in the back of my pocket. I had an ASM 300 in the back of my pocket, went to high school with that, and didn't think they're worth anything. And then about 4 years ago, just on a whim, I decided to take my family. I got kids to a Comic-Con.
Sure.
Never been to one.
Sure.
and I saw Secret Wars 8 on the wall.
Yeah.
They wanted $100, and I said, "You got to be kidding me!" Because I got that sitting out in the closet.
Sure.
You mean these things are worth this much?
And you bought it for cover price. Isn't that fun?
Right. Well, I got it less than that. I got it in a poly bag of 3, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You know, my mom did at a gas station sometime, and and stuff, and you know, so then all of a sudden, now I'm an addict, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do.
I've been drinking. You ever seen that? You ever seen that episode of The Office where the character, the Dwight character, takes a paper clip and trades it for a notebook, and then trades a notebook for you know what I'm talking about? So like in 5 years, 4 or 5 years, I went from a collection that was worth probably about $300, and now I think it's about 40,000. Just trading. That's it. So I just, you know, but it's kind of an addiction. It's just, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. So
I just want to put a quick shout out to the chat really quick. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. We got 10 people watching. It's off and on from 14 down to 10. So thank you everybody in the chat, and good night to the people that are actually saying good night. I'm trying to keep up with everybody in chat and have a conversation at the same time. Splash Page is there. You know, what is he saying? So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Make sure you look up everybody down below. Go check them out. Go check out the Alchemist. So I do have a couple more questions, but first, Mike, you got some more books you want to show, bud?
Oh,
I got a stack right here that I got to show, because these are books that I bought from community members, and most of the books I buy that are on some of these online auctions through the community, half the books I'm sending out to people in the community. I gift a lot of mine, because I know what people are looking for, and I only keep like a small percentage of them.
Wow. That's a good thing.
Because I know what people are looking for, and it's like, hey, why not? Because I got people hunting for me too, like, you know, Lady Fantastic and Shortbox Padawan. They're always looking for books for me.
Oh yeah,
always. So it's like, yeah, it's fun. So go ahead, buddy. Mike, let's see what you got here. Hold on. Oh, there's another good one. Ooh, who's he kissing there? Who's that?
I don't even know.
Looks like Lady Death or something.
I was just gonna
Might be.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, nice. So what's attracting you to the Detective Comics, Mike?
I don't know. It's just something I started collecting years ago, and
I thought you were stepping out of your comfort zone there. You're getting away from the Archies and going into Batman?
Nah, I've been doing Batman for a while. This here makes me up to about 407 of these now.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
And
you got your list with you there?
Oh yeah.
Your updated list. I also want to see your new game. You said you got some games too?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Oh, we got our buddy from Japan. Hey, Kai Titus.
Hey.
Buddy, thank you so much.
I don't know. I like the covers better on Detective.
I like Detective Comics. I have to be honest. I got older runs of Detective Comics. They're really nice.
Yeah, I like Batman.
What's that, bud? Airboy?
The Detective. I like the stories, but the logo, the Batman logo on the comic cover is cool.
Yeah.
It's weird, but the stories are better in Detective. I've always thought, but
Batman for some reason it's sort of like Superman. I didn't like Superman, but I love the covers on Action Comics, so I gravitated more towards Action than Superman. But there's a couple I like on Superman, but I'm just like, they're just so boring compared to Action Comics.
Right.
Look at those beautiful covers, you guys. People are liking what you're showing. Nice. Gorgeous.
Yeah, Gene Colan on that one.
Oh, hold on. Get you blown up. There you go, bud. Nice. I like that cover. Look at that pink background.
Oh yeah, it's an offbeat title, Bat Tail. I guess that was Harlan Ellison.
Harlan Ellison?
Yeah, I think he wrote that one.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think it goes into Batman 401.
401. Okay.
Yeah, the rest of that story goes into that, but
Hold on.
So have you read all these, or because I got to make more time to read what I'm getting?
that's the thing I got to do, because read more of what I get, because my buddy, that's what he does. He has probably close to 30,000 comics.
Comics. Yo.
And he actually reads probably everything. It doesn't matter if they're in order or whatever. He'll pick up a bunch of books and he'll read them.
You see that, Mike?
Every one of them.
Mike?
So
you see in that? You see what splash page Mr. White Glove saying, Monty? Show us some older Archies you got, Mike.
Oh, I'd have to go pull those out of the other room.
Oldest, he said. He clarified it.
Oldest. I could pull up one that I picked up the other day.
There you go.
There's that one. I just love that red background.
Yeah, show it
like
again.
that.
Show it again.
It's like the Avengers
is cool.
57 cover, that two-tone.
Nice.
Yeah, Gene Colan art again.
Sweet.
I like Gene Colan, so
Nice.
yeah, Black Canary on that one.
Yeah, I know. My biggest disappointment. That was I was a big fan of Black Canary, and when doggone it. Oh, they should have just called the darn movie Harlequin, but they called it something else. The latest
why
am I brain farting right now?
The
Birds of Prey. Thank you very much.
Birds of Prey, the Harley something.
That's what it was. No, Airboy's got it. You called
it was Birds of Prey, something Harley Quinn.
Why they call it that, I have no idea.
The Adventures of the Fabulous Harley Quinn or something.
Yeah, they should have just called it Harlequin, plain and simple. But mine, was Canary. And
was it a good movie?
I was so upset because you didn't get to see her superpower until the very end of the movie. When she screamed it out, I'm just like, and then Black Mask was such a disappointment.
Oh yeah, that's what I've heard. So I never really watched it, but I've heard from people that are diehard fans. They're like, it's crap. Let me show you that old Archie book if I can pull it up here without knocking stuff over.
So, Airboy, what is your favorites in your comic collection? What is your favorites that you really like? Oh, there we go. So tell us what's special about this Josie. This is with that clash of the Josie and Pussycats, right?
Yeah, that is her title that they started. She started in Archie Pals and Gals 23.
Okay.
And it was the guy who was at the time, the character's based on his wife.
Oh.
The guy who was like the editor or something like that.
Yep.
Or writer, whoever created her. But yeah, and they ended up spinning her off into what became She's Josie for so many issues, and then it just became Josie. They dropped the title at some point and renamed it Josie after like 16 or 17 issues.
Mike, Kate Titus has got a question, I think. Hold on. His question is, do you have any Wolverine or Hulk? Well, of course I do, Kate Titus. I've got almost a whole collection of Wolverine, and I've got a lot of Hulk.
Oh, yeah, I do too. I've got 200 and something Hulk books, so.
I bet the next question he's going to ask is, do you have a Hulk 181?
If you ask me that, I have the facsimile. I have a 182, but I don't have a 180 or a 181.
Cool.
But I got the 182, so.
I did a little art decorating. I've rearranged this wall for the third time in a row. But I hope California Blend likes that now. That's her painting she did for me at Morbius with
that's cool.
2 candles.
Yeah.
I'm going to shout her out one more time. One of our artists. We can show that. Why isn't it blocking? Seriously? It blocked Pussycats? Seriously? Yeah, K Titus. Hold on. Getting back to K Titus. I'm waiting for the chat to catch up. It's one thing I hate about StreamYard. It doesn't there's a big lag in the.
Oh yeah, that's what I
yeah.
said. I think
Yeah,
the longer, what I've heard is the longer you go, the longer the lag.
Yeah. We're doing okay so far. So I just still want to say thank you very much. We got 10 people watching, so we do have some night owls. That's good. What time is it where you are, Air Boy?
1 o'clock in the morning right now.
Oh, you're Central Time.
Right. Iowa.
Where do you? You're in Iowa.
Right.
I'm from
Right in the
Wisconsin.
Midwest.
I'm in Northwest Wisconsin.
Okay.
We're neighbors. Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's where my buddy's from Iowa.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's God's country. I just extracted 2.5 gallons of honey from my honey hive today.
I've
So it's been a
always
good day.
wanted to raise bees.
Right.
I've
It's
always
God's
wanted to raise bees.
Yeah, my
Right.
uncle tried that.
Yes, it is. And it makes the best meat on the planet.
Oh, yes, it does. Yeah. I'm going to put this on bread, but if I get extra next year, I'm going to load up and get more bees. And I've
You need
made
about 30 pounds. Don't you need like 30 pounds of 30 pounds of honey to make a good, what is it, 5 gallons of mead? I think it is.
Yeah, carboy is about 5.5 gallons. I've got a grapevine and I make that myself.
Nice.
You know, make wine.
William, thank you, buddy. Northern Illinois. Yo, cool. And
Right.
what was the other
Yeah, my
one?
parents are in Northern Illinois, actually.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're up there in St. Charles.
I think Josie and the Pussycats were an episode of Speed Buggy cartoon. Yes, they were.
And they did a crossover with Scooby-Doo.
Yep, they were. They did. Absolutely. So 3 p.m. Sunday. He's in the future. Almost.
Oh boy. He's already there.
My buddy Kyle, he is like 1 day ahead of us. So he's basically in the future.
Oh yeah, Kyle. Yeah, he's every time I talk to him, he's like, "Yeah, I'm already like getting ready to go to work." And I'm like, "I'm going to bed."
When did they figure that time zone out? Doesn't it start in Greenland or something?
I think so. Yeah, it's
Right.
really weird.
Oh yeah, Greenwich. I think it's Greenwich.
Right.
Is where they have the whatever you want to call it.
Well, like 2 people there.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
2 a.m. Miami time. Yes, Rob. I dropped another link in this in the chat. So if anybody wants to show up, you're more than welcome. It can have up to 10 people, you guys. Hold on. I'll drop another link in the chat one more time, just in case. If anybody wants to come on live, you can definitely come on. It is open mic tonight. There we go. I'm so bummed Jeff is not here. I wanted to thank him so much for those books.
I know. I always wanted to talk to him.
God.
It's like he just disappeared on us.
Yeah, he fell asleep. He definitely fell asleep.
He knew I was coming.
No, absolutely not. You didn't even know you're going to be on tonight.
That was a surprise. If he comes back and he goes up, whoa, where'd you all come from?
Kyle said, what did he say? What did he say? Kyle said, don't worry, just tell everyone he does. Yeah, come on. Give him a break. Solly altered setup, working out cameras. Gotcha, buddy. It's in the link. It's in the description. You're more than welcome, Rob. So really quick, I want to show another little quick drop. Okay, so I made these videos for my buddy Art Chemist and his wife for Skellington Comics. Please go check them out, and please go check out John Hoffman's site. They're all the links are 1 and 2 all the way down in the description. Go check them out. So just to give you a quick heads up, John does a lot of older books, some newer books, but mostly older books. Some of the moderns, but within a couple of years. So go check him out. And Skellington Comics does a lot of new books and a lot of the modern books, and also pre-orders, and they also do art. So if you guys don't know the Art Chemist, he actually does art. An example, I'm wearing one of the t-shirts he made. I love this shirt, Silver Surfer. That's his design. So love it. He also has more t-shirts on their website, on his wife's website. There is actually a discount code down below. So make sure you go look at that, and you'll get 10% off any of your orders that you order through them. So here's a little one I did for Art Chemist's wife. Angie. She's a very wonderful woman. So please go check them out. Yeah, please go check them out. kind of get the gist there.
How do you make those things?
Took me a while.
Wow,
That's surprising.
that's impressive.
I got a couple more for them to drop, but that was just for Angie. She's a very, very, very nice lady. I bought in a lot of modern books from them, and I buy a lot of art from them, and they're really great. But there's a discount code in the description. I'm not going to tell you what it is, so you have to go read. So please go read, and that makes you go link on the link. So please go check them out. So let me show some books really quick. Don't want to bore everybody, so I hope everybody's having a good time. We still got 10 people watching. That's awesome. So do you have a farm, Airboy?
Yeah, I'm blessed to live. I've got 40 acres of prairie around me. Well,
Beautiful.
I got 35 acres of prairie and then about a 5-acre hayfield, and I got a couple cows and pigs. But, you know, that's not my job. We just are blessed to raise our kids out in the country. So
you have a hobby farm. That's awesome.
Right.
That's
you
awesome.
know, we don't go anywhere for vacation. We got stuff to do here that is a pleasant thing. And my kids just love to take. It's the first time we ever extracted honey, and they thought it was the best thing ever. They thought it was the best thing ever.
I'm curious, Airboy, because I was really curious a couple of years ago. I came across this company I think it was a father and son. They created the honey high flow system. Have you checked that out?
I've seen it.
That new honey hive?
Yeah, it's expensive, but you know, it's not. I've got some saws and a wood shop, and so I made my own hives. Yeah. And for the cost, I would rather buy more bees.
Yeah,
and then just do the simple way. It's not bad. The problem is where you live and where I live is, will they survive the winter?
Yeah, they need to have what? Isn't it like, don't they?
Well, they got to first of all gather enough honey in their brood box, and then you got to I'm going to move mine this year. You got to close them off and then move them for a day or two so they're off the wind, because I got prairie around me, so I want them out in the open so they get out to the flowers when they're blooming. But you know, when you live in Wisconsin or Iowa, God just says for 3 months to everything outside, die. And so, you know, and it started as a whim because I caught a wild hive in our farm. I just caught one out of a tree, which was interesting, and then put it in a box, and they produced honey, but they didn't make it last winter. So this year I tried 3 hives, and then the first year you're lucky to get any honey. And I got 2.5 gallons today, which is almost half 5-gallon bucket. Nice. And then if they survive, you can split the hives off. So 3 will become 6, 6 will become 12. But again, if they survive the winter. And people say, you know, I could buy honey cheaper, but it ain't from your own flowers.
No,
exactly.
You know, I raise my own meat. I make my own alcohol. I kill my own beef. And we raise our own vegetables. Most stuff we eat, except our milk, comes from our own place. So yeah, it's fun.
Very
it's fun.
Being self-sufficient. Right. That's excellent. The
right.
I'm curious about we'll have to talk off air about that, because of I know that, what is it? Italian bees? Is it Italian bees that produce a bigger amount of honey, or they produce more, but their life expectancy is shorter? They're more sensitive?
There's a difference. There's like Russian bees are tough as nails.
Right.
And I'm a rookie at this. I don't know, a lot of stuff. And now they're worried about this mad killer hornet out there by Seattle.
Oh yeah. I've seen it. It's about this big. It's ginormous.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's a big boy.
It's coming from China, actually. Right. So, and then there's the only other thing that gets them besides the weather or lack of because I took the honey off of super boxes, but they got to make their honey to survive through the winter. That's why they're making it. But the only other thing that gets them is mites.
Yeah, mites is a big issue too. But you know what? I've actually done a little research on that too. Apparently, mites are becoming extinct. There's over 250,000 different mites that are becoming extinct because of the climate change.
Really?
Yeah, I was reading a science paper the other day about that. Yeah, I'm a big nerd about that stuff. I love stuff
No,
like
that's
that.
all right. I like, to be honest, the only thing I read is nonfiction, the Bible, and comic books. All I read.
Each
But,
to his own. That's all good. It's
right,
all
right,
good. Everybody's got their own belief, and I'm good with that.
right.
What are we here? Okay, so let's show some books. I gotta show some books. So there's a big shout out to my brothers. So this is part of this will be Javi. We got Javi out there, and also John. I buy books from John all the time. I'm always on his auctions buying books. And John Hoffman, Javi, and we have one more. I put a note on here. Mike Rogers is the other one. So big shout out to these guys. And I'm just going to I put these in a particular order. A lot of these are some modern, some silver, but I'm going to tell you why I bought some of these. I'm a big fan of this, but this one in particular, this has one of my favorite characters in it. Two of my favorite characters, actually. And this is Avengers Zero. And the reason why this is special to me is because this is the big backdrop story of the Scarlet Witch and Vision and her babies, the twins that she had. Now, Scarlet Witch's story is very, like, it crisscrosses between a whole bunch of different stories. And there's a whole story drop about her babies when she had her babies. And some of the mutants, the X-Men and the Avengers kept a big secret from her about her second child. And out of her anger, when she had amnesia, I'm convoluting the story a little bit. Sorry, because I want you to go and see if you can find the stories and read it. I already know the story, so I'm kind of telling you bits and parts of it. She comes back and she basically takes all of the mutant powers away, just to show you how powerful this woman really is. That's why I like her. And when I seen her in Avengers Endgame, me and my wife almost stood up at our seats because you know, and it couldn't happen because he had to keep the movie going, but Scarlet Witch had Thanos. Period.
Oh, yeah. She could have killed him. She could have killed him.
If she didn't hesitate, if there wasn't no hesitation, that would have been the end right there. He would never been able to do what he could have done. Just my little thing.
It's so stupid. Yeah, no, it was like so stupid. They had to have Iron Man take care of him.
Well, no,
so they can kill him off.
But I get it.
Yeah. I'm leaving. Kill me off.
It's interesting that she came out in the comic books the same time that Jean Grey comes out in the comic books. And they're two of the most powerful, I guess, heroes or people in Marvel Comics. That's just interesting to me.
To me, what's interesting is I understand why they are doing this whole, and this is no offense to anybody on the community. Don't take this the wrong way because I'm male, but I've noticed that a lot of characters in our superheroes are turning female. I mean, an example of that, look at Captain Marvel for an example. He originally was a man, and they keep transferring. And they've done the same thing with Green Lantern, and they're doing that with other characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, they did it with Thor.
Yep. They're doing it with a lot of characters, turning them into female roles. I get it because the change of times. I know I'm old, sorry, but there's certain things that you don't change, like a recipe.
Yeah. That's what
good the first time.
Yeah,
I change it. You know,
that was the problem. My butt.
That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, that was the problem my buddy had trying to sell comics. He said when people would come in and go, "Oh, I want to get Thor. Thor movie came out. I love Thor. It's a woman. Oh, why can't I get the newest greatest Thor? It's a woman. Oh, what about Iron Man? Oh, he's dead in the comics."
Amber, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I want more.
So it's always those problems.
Here's one.
Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
You put her. Who's gonna mess with Sheena?
I love it. I just actually picked up a couple of Sheenas the other day, dude. That's awesome.
This
one I got. Check this out. I got it, and then I didn't even realize it's some pedigree comic.
Yeah, it is. It is a pedigree. I noticed that right off the bat. It's also a 7.0. Dude, that's a beautiful book.
Oh yeah.
Right. Right. But I mean, there's a lot of these female characters that are untapped that they
Yep.
already have.
Yep.
Yeah. But cool stuff.
Can I ask her, boy, what did you get that for?
$40.
Are you serious?
Dead
Is
serious.
is that 52 or 40?
That is
What's the date on that?
1952.
That's what I thought. I thought it was 50.
It's a
Definitely.
hard issue to find. 159. I had 2 copies of it, but this was the better of the 2. And so
That's
I said
beautiful.
I'll send it in to grade it. And it came back this cosmic airplane.
That's
and
awesome.
I wish all the labels were black if you're going to get them slapped. I love dark covers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're hard to come by, like, especially in that. That's a beautiful cover for that grade, dude. Beautiful.
Right.
You know what my favorite part is on that cover?
What's that?
Can you guess?
Come
on.
I don't know. My favorite part is the fact that she's gonna, hit this baboon or ape right in the back with a spear.
Yeah,
but
that's cool, dude. That's really cool. Really, really cool. So, how many of the jumbos do you own?
I used to have a bunch more, but I've been trading them off because they're fairly easy to get these gold bats before they're untouchable.
Sure, of course.
Oh yeah.
For whatever reason, you get on a kick, and I just picked up this from someone in the community the other day. It's the first Batmobile on cover.
Awesome.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, and then this one the other day. It's the first bat signal. So I love those jumbos, but they're always been affordable, And
Sure.
I keep the ones I really like that are like, if they're in fine shape like that one, I'll keep them. But the other ones I've been trading back and forth and but I love that stuff. I just love all that stuff. The jungles, the jumbos, and actually the fight comics, the planet comics, all that stuff.
Nice.
Good stuff.
It took me a minute to figure out who's in the chat, and I finally figured it out. And I feel like such an idiot. My neighbors. This is Amber. I didn't recognize her picture, and I seen her picture. Amber and Mike, my neighbors, they have a little boy over there. I actually brought them some comic books for the little one to read to their kid. And I gave him a nice, I told him, I know he's tiny, but read it to him and then just put it away. And I gave him one of the books I got introduced to, which was a king size annual Avengers 5, issue 5. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So thanks for being here, you guys. I can't believe you're actually watching.
They want bread.
Cool. What's that?
She says she wants some bread.
Yeah, I actually, my lovely wife, she made some bread and brought her some bread the other day.
Cool.
Hold on, Daredevil never had a single.
Oh yeah.
Age, you're funny.
Right.
Yeah, but just think about it. At least Batman had a signal man for a villain.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So on with the book. Okay. What else do you got, my air boy? I seen you pulled out some other stuff. Let's see.
Well, you said
Air
what
boy,
I like.
what's your name? May I ask your real name?
My real name's Louis.
Louis. I'm Robert.
Right.
Nice to meet you. Seriously.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've got some books from you, Robert. Thank you. Yeah, no, my real name's Louis, so I'm named after my grandpa. But I obviously have a ton of Airboy comics. No one collects those, so I do. And I started collecting.
My thing with those older books, if I come across anything, it's going to sound weird. Okay, everybody thinks it's a fetish. It's not a fetish. It's because it does with H.P. Lovecraft science fiction. I like old science fiction, and I like any cover that's got a tentacle cover on it, whether it's a squid, an octopus, any tentacle cover. That's my thing. Like some people collect elephant covers. And
yes,
that's just
JD.
JD is a big elephant cover collector.
Right.
And I'm a big, like, if it comes to vampires or anything with tentacles on the cover, even if it's a plant, grabbing something, I usually gravitate towards it every single time. Yeah, that's my weakness.
Right. No, that's cool. To me, I guess here's if people get into Gold Age, people are so afraid of it. This is my rule. If I think it's cool, it's cool.
Yep.
Period.
That's right. That's all
And
that
there's 8
matters.
billion people on the planet, so there's
Yep.
probably 2 or 3 others that probably think it's cool too. So hey, it's all good.
Right. Exactly right. It's more different, and it makes it more unique too. You know.
Right. It doesn't have to be a key. I don't care. Is it cool? So,
Yep. Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. But you said something. You're a surfer guy, right? Silver Surfer.
That's my favorite. If you don't know,
Right.
you can see that piece right there.
Right.
That big piece right there. And that's actually an art chemist piece right there. This one
That's
right
nice.
here. He did that. And that is a cover on a version of the book you got on the wall right there.
Right. That's one of my favorite comic books, number 4
This
there.
was, we never got, I was supposed to get that. I was trying to get that signed. My buddy had this. It's a 9/8. He was trying to get it signed by the artist. And we never got around to it because of damn COVID. And that screwed everything up. So hopefully I'll get it signed one day. But it is a slab 9/8. And then I'm working on getting that grail right on your shoulder.
Right.
And right now, and actually, I had the whole line of Silver Surfer at one time, even down to Fantastic Four. And I'm reworking getting them back in my collection again.
The reason I like Surfer is because of issue number 1 in that series.
Yes.
The backstory to that. Yeah.
What's interesting that a lot of people don't realize, especially when you read the old classic writing of that, and there's a lot of reading in it, it's very Shakespearean.
Yes.
Also, there's something about the Silver Surfer Nolan Rad that seems human.
Totally.
You always see him being conflicted with that choice, just like the Daredevil.
Right.
For example, Matt Murdock, he has a conflict of his religion,
Right.
what he does, a continuous battle. And if you also look at Batman, Bruce Wayne, same thing.
Right.
About
There's an element of tragedy in Surfer that no one knows about unless they read issue number 1 of that run.
Yep.
He's cool looking, but there's an element of tragedy there that he sold basically gives his entire life to a devourer of planets, a killer of billions for the love of one woman. That's
exactly right.
It's tragic. It's genius. But
it makes me cry. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. And especially like when I loved, don't get me wrong, I love what Donny Cates did with the Silver Surfer. I think it was it's kind of a reboot of the old times. He did do that in the first issue. He gave it a quick rundown of his backstory of Silver Surfer. The artwork, I liked it. A lot of people didn't like it, but it was all that old 60s look. If you actually read the Silver Surfer Black, going back to the original story. And then it kind of went right into this Noel character that everybody's flipping their minds over. Like, here's my problem. And then tell me if you don't agree, gentlemen. Okay. Miles Morales. Awesome book. Awesome book.
Right.
Awesome story. Okay. Great Spider-Man run. I get it. But for a 9/8 on that book, the 1 in 20, I think it is, or 1 in 50, it's going for $9,000.
Totally ridiculous.
Yeah, stupid.
And what could you get for $9,000?
Right.
Golden Age, Silver Age in your collection,
Right.
and actually gain value rather than lose value.
Right.
You could almost get a Batman 1 almost.
Almost.
I could get a mask. I could get a mask in about a 5.0, and I'd be guaranteed a 25% rate of increase every year from now on. Right.
Question. Totally. Do you think that particular book, even though it's a 1 in 50 or whatever it is, do you think it will hold its value?
It's a pyramid scheme. Who's going to get left in the bag? That's all it is. It's
you
a
get
pyramid.
it. You get it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If the movie, if they do a movie and it tanks, then the book will tank.
Oh,
Now,
the movie
all
was
that
excellent.
listen, all that said, I will sell every copy that I have and get more cheap to go buy that Gold Age book.
Yep.
I sold off 5 Venom 3s. Take them.
Yep.
You think no, it's a big deal? Whoop-de-doo. I'll buy the first Galactus, right?
And do you not agree, Airboy? And I know, Mike, you're gonna. Mike, stop picking your nose. Sorry, buddy. Okay. Do you not agree? Do you not agree that I lost my train of thought. Okay, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. I'll remember in a second. I'm going squirrel. Sorry.
Right.
Because we were talking about the value of the books.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and the okay, that's what it was. History.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not see, just like you, Mike, you too, Airboy?
Yep.
Do you not agree that there's a lot of history in the Golden Age and the Silver Age, some of the early Silver Ages, especially what was going on during the time of the book was being made? Also, what was going on politically and everything going on in the environment at the time of when they made some of these books?
It's almost cyclical.
Yep.
If you look back at the whole thing, because I think the Miles book and the Rise of the Black Panthers this week, right, deals with civil rights. And if you go back to, 1968, 1969, I mean, you're talking a point of crisis for our nation, right?
Sure.
Vietnam War, civil rights, and you have the eruption of these authors putting their own morality in comic book form that kids and adults read, and you have that. It's almost cyclical. You can almost see it again, and so I think that Miles book, I think there's some value there. The one thing the one thing that it doesn't scare me. I'm happy for it. Great, that's fine. For me, I've got one copy, fine. But if I can, whatever. But here's the one thing I can say. My dad's culture, they loved Roy Rogers.
I have Roy Rogers.
Right. They love cowboy boots, books. Clint Eastwood was almost a deity to him, right? Josie Wales, all that stuff. And right now, all those books, if from a collector's standard, all those books that used to be worth a lot of money, the bottom is kind of falling out of those Gold Age books.
Yep.
Now, is it going to fall out of the others? Possibly. But then again, I'm not in this to make money, and neither are you guys, I'm assuming. You just like this stuff's
the next
cool.
question I was just going to ask you. I was just going to ask you both the same that question, because you came up with that question, because this has been kind of a pretty really rather buy silver and bronze age and spend hundreds of dollars. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I agree totally.
That's the way to go.
Yes, it is. Amber, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you right away.
But you know what? I'm sick of channels on YouTube that just talk about, oh, this hot book is out, and let's buy this book or buy that book or get this. And I understand it.
Here's the thing, Mike. Here's the thing. Each to his own. And I get it. You also have to realize too, it's a different generation. We are born from a different generation. We're old farts.
Right.
We see things differently, and we see things at a different monetary value than other people. These are a lot of new generational people that will watch a movie and then like, who is that guy? And then they'll find out it's a comic book character and know nothing about it. Right. And say, well, I gotta have it. It's this gotta have it syndrome. And that's, hey, if
that's fine. Right.
Go ahead. I'm gonna enjoy what I enjoy, plain and simple, whether it has monetary value to it or not.
I'll give you an example. Maybe you can relate this, maybe you can't. Do you guys know who the Grassroots are?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you like their? I love their songs, right? I didn't grow
Yeah.
up listening to. I grew up listening because my mom and dad did. But you ask someone today who the Grassroots are, they have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, and they'll hear a song on the radio, and you will hear the tone and hear the lyrics. They've been changed a little bit. I go, that song's already been made. And they go, no, it hasn't. Yeah, it did. It came out in the 70s.
Exactly.
And you can tell them what it is, and they don't believe you, and they look at you like you're weird. And no.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And see, to me, I'm reaching back. I'm reaching back in the past, right? Because there's some richness there that's been forgotten. I don't need the new stuff, except if I can flip the new stuff to get some old stuff, then that's good. I like that. But
Yeah.
I guess to me, that's what this whole journey has been. Because I'm a kid that grew up reading Copper Age books, but they were based on Silver and Gold Age characters, and I'm reaching back. And there's a rich.
Leviah said it. Leviava. Look what he said. We are spec age and time where everything is revolving around speculation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not. And what puts a bad taste in your mouth is it's not speculation. Let's be honest. You can't serve God and money. It's about this.
Oh, of course it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's about. And it puts a bad taste in your mouth because I don't read comic books because of this.
No.
And you have to buy it from the cover, and they don't read it. I read my books. I read.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's people who people who buy them just to flip them, and they don't even care about them.
No.
They're just like, I see money. It's like when people are buying baseball cards.
Yep.
They'd buy them all up when they were hot, and now that they're not, they're like, well, I don't know what to do with these things now. I'm stuck with them.
During the baseball time, Mike, if you don't realize that too, they made, what was it, one rookie card where they made so many that one kid in every household in America could have that one card, no matter what condition it was. That's how
the Ken Griffey Jr. the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card.
Oh, I remember that card.
The way they did that card actually got Upper Deck basically banned from making baseball cards.
Right.
They couldn't make baseball cards after that.
Right.
Well, see, splash page here has got a point. Very true. It's all paper in the end, and it all degrades in the end. Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
And I'm 46 years old, and if I can make it to 60, I'll be happy.
There you go.
That paper will probably outlast me, right? So,
yeah. You know what? The other thing too, if you've never seen it, Airboy, if you go back, if you can find one of Splash Page's, he's done older videos, and he's at an interesting interesting video. When I came across him the first time, he was Mylar is everything, right. Face Mylar is everything, and then puts them in a long box or short box. I think he's shrinking everything to short boxes now. I'm not trying to talk for you, Splash, Monty. Just let me finish. He's going to sit there right away. But you'll notice why he wears his white gloves. I wear gloves all the time when it comes to the older books. I always put gloves on. Right. But he air sealed all of his books, and he did a couple of videos. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out Splash Page's YouTube channel. He's going to update his channel. He's doing some new stuff, you guys. Just be aware of that. He'll be coming back again. But he actually had some long boxes with Avengers and a bunch of just smoking Fantastic Four. And he had them all in Mylars, all in full backs, face to face, in a long box. He had like 2 big long boxes, and they were dated from 19 years ago. And he had them in poly seals. They were all airtight. So he took all the air out of them and stored them in a dark place. He opened them up on one of his shows, and they were 19 years old from the time he did it. Opened them up. They literally looked brand new. Right. No color degradation. It was gorgeous. It was a wonderful.
Dang.
So there's ways that you can stop that process just a little bit, but you could never totally get rid of degradation because it's going to decompose.
It's just
No,
like
no.
human beings. I mean, if you just drink whiskey and smoke cigars every day, you're going to deteriorate with time,
Oh yeah.
right?
Of course.
I mean, it just depends. One thing you bring up about preservation, I think too much emphasis is placed on the grade and not enough on white pages.
Thank you. Yep.
I've
Very
been
true.
big into lately when if I buy something slabbed because I have a raw copy of it or something else, is the question I have is not so much the grade. If it's presentable, cool. Is it white pages?
Yep.
Is it a white paged book?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
my understanding of the acid degradation of paper, that's more important, especially when you're dealing with gold age, cream, white, brittles, bad,
Yep.
And so these books that you see now, it's not so much, fine, it's a 9.4 or a 9.0. Is it white pages or not? I bought a House of Secrets 92 not so long ago because I love Swamp Thing. It's like Swamp
I
Thing's
love
thing.
House of Secrets. Oh my goodness, you're hitting my love spot
Right.
there.
And that's why I started collecting Airboy, because Swamp Thing was preceded by the Heap, right? In Airboy comics. That's the only reason I got into Airboy comics is because of Swamp Thing, because of the Heap. And so I started collecting all the Heap covers in Airboy, and then I just started to get into Airboy itself.
Sweet.
But the big thing was to look for white paged gold age books. And yeah, I think that's more critical than the grade a lot of times, personally. But
That's last page. Monty, knock it off. He's so funny. Oh, hold on.
my question about reading comics, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I love trade paperbacks.
Oh,
I
okay,
like to
cool.
have a copy of it, but I love these trade paperbacks, especially when you can get them used or cheap, because then you can read them and you're not worried about the condition. You can sit there and eat a pizza and read it.
I like that too.
And so that's what I've been doing with the storylines, and it's gotten me to the point where I used to have a big pull list moderns, but I don't anymore. I just wait for it to come out in a trade anymore.
Sure.
But
Sure.
Because now they write them as books for a trade.
Right.
So
My
you
only
basically-
fear is if we all went to trades, they'll stop coming up with a monthly comic book, and I don't want that to happen to the LCSs or to us. There's something about having a weekly release of something.
Basically the bad part about the way DC's going. The way DC's going right now is that they're in the process of, if they can't make a go of it, they've talked about going digital for single issues.
Yeah.
And trades for everything else.
Why
So
are they reading the bottom line? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
Yeah. And then it's tough now. They're making Midtown richer because Midtown is where everybody's got to get their books from for DC. Right. So you got to go to you got to go get so if your shop wants to sell DC books, they have to go to Midtown, get a subscription, pay the whatever they have to do.
Somebody waiting in the background. So do me a favor, gentlemen. If you got a couple more books you could show, could you please show a couple more books?
Oh, I'll show you some games while I'm sitting here.
Yeah, you can do that. Hold on. Absolutely. Okay. Some Saga Genesis. What a nice system for the time that was out.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Cool.
So did you get these at a good price? Oh, Double Dragon. Look at this. You know who would like that? That would be a Sanimation. One of our friends from the the Netherlands, excuse me.
Yeah, I got this.
That's cool.
I got actually for the other one, I got 1, 2, and 3. My wife has 1, 2, and 3 for Nintendo.
That's cool, dude.
For Double Dragon.
So how big is your video game collection?
Probably I don't think I have it here, but I had a list of how many. But
let's see your comic book list. You got your comic book list right there?
Oh yeah, Captain Silver.
What is this? I've never seen that.
It's like, I don't know. It's just some pirate type swashbuckling guy that goes through different levels and just fights different characters. Like
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got
what? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like one of those role playing. Then we have Gangster Town.
Gangster Town. Wow, these are interesting.
That's a
Sega.
basically a shooter game, basically with the light gun.
Let's see your list.
So that's basically what I picked up
This is your
lately.
new list now, right?
Yeah, list that's probably going to be the final list for a while. So until I get close to what I really want, but yeah.
So what's okay, your goals for 2020?
2020 to 2028.
Grails you want?
Different
okay.
titles. So basically, I'll read off some of them.
Yeah, read off some of them.
Okay, so like the Grails, there's only like 20 that I need because I picked up a couple already.
Yeah.
But I need like Boy Commandos. You probably know that one from the Golden Age.
Yep.
15, 18, and 22. That's the first appearance of what's his face? I always forget right offhand. Oh no, Crazy Quilt.
Oh, great. Okay.
Is on 15, and then his next two appearances were 18 and 22.
Okay.
Detective Comics 259, which is the first appearance of Calendar Man. 300, which is the first appearance of Polka Dot Man. 311, which is the first appearance of Catman. 441, which is the first appearance of Harvey Bullock.
I want you to put this list on Instagram.
Oh, I'm going to.
Make sure you get a copy of it.
Okay, and then 430, 463, and 466. I forget what those had something to do with something. I can't remember what it was. But and then Action Comics from the Golden Age, actually 2 from the Golden Age. 116, that's where Superman's punching out the snowman.
Yeah.
And then 167, which is actually part of the run of 131 to 171, I believe, where Kurt Swan did the interior work before he left comics, I guess, for a while and came back and did covers.
Okay.
For Superman. So he was the interior artist in that. Showcase Comics, I want to get 37, which is the first Metal Men. I already had 38 because I got that this year.
You got the first Metal Men?
Second. I have the second appearance of Metal Men and the fourth appearance in Showcase.
Do you have the first one?
No, 37 and 39 I need to complete those two.
Okay.
And then 55, I need that because I just want Showcase 55 because that's the first Solomon Grundy in Silver Age.
Okay.
And it's probably the cheapest one you're going to get because you can't get his first appearance in Golden Age.
Untouchable.
I don't mean to interrupt. I don't want to interrupt. Airboy, do you have something really quick?
Yeah, you mean as far as what I want or what I've got?
Books? Yeah, what you have on your table. I seen you grab some books.
Yeah. You like this one.
Oh, yes, I do. That's
Which
beautiful.
one? 93. I might have that one. I don't know. I'm collecting that run, but I don't know if I have that one or not.
Kill Slash 93. Yeah, that's a nice copy of it.
Beautiful book.
It's on my list here. Nope, I need that one. That's the one I need. Yeah.
This one's cool.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Green Lantern.
Nice.
I love that. I love
26. Is that issue 26?
Number 26.
Oh my God.
Red covers, the red is hard to maintain. It fades so easy, but that's
cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And especially the way they did the Green Lantern logo.
I want to get my guess.
I love that.
Been waiting very patiently.
I got that raw and then I read it, a couple times, and then I sent it in. It's cool. And
that's
then
beautiful.
What else I picked? I'm working on
pause for 1 second. Airboy, pause for 1 second. I want to get my guest in here really quick. He's been waiting very patiently in the background.
Oh, he's your host here.
All right. Rob, thank you so much, buddy. I'm so
Does
sorry.
Airboy have an Amazing Fantasy 15 back there attached to one of the boxes?
No, that's a facsimile.
I could believe it though, considering.
Rob,
Right.
welcome, buddy.
I have kids, so no, I don't have an AF-15. I wish.
But the pedigree you have behind you, considering I can see how one could be mistaken.
Right. Well, no, I just, like I said, now seriously, I've just been trading up and up, and it's just flipping and trading and just seeing things. And a lot of it is, to be honest, people say, how did you buy the collection? It was buying gold for like $30 or $40 that I liked.
Yep.
And then I liked it. I read it. I sent it into CGC, graded it, and then finds out, you come back and it becomes a $400 book.
Yep.
And then I like it, but then, there's so many you can have. And so then I sell it. And then I don't buy stuff that's modern. I don't typically buy stuff that's modern unless I really like it. And that's it, just trading up, just playing that type of game for the last 4 or 5 years. So, I guess my theory is to me, if they're making 100,000 copies of something, I want something that has like 39 on the census or 9 on the census, So anyway, but that's what I've been doing, I guess. So who knows? So I also find stuff like this. You guys, I don't know what your age is. So you remember Stompers?
Yeah.
Remember, like, see, like now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Junk from the 80s that like just I don't know. Anything that I see. So when I was a kid, all I had for the only toy I remember having for a kid is I had an Indiana Jones Kenner toy and then one Stormtrooper. That's it. That's it.
Look at Splash Page here. Look what he's writing on here. Look at him. He's just going nuts. Rob, that's awesome.
Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah, Dead Sea Scrolls a lot more important. They lasted. I found them in 1954. Yeah, no, that's cool. Right.
Oh, great legends in the house. Hey, Robert, how you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Very nice.
You got some. What's that? I see. What's that? First Poison Ivy in the back there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Rob.
World Night. He's got a 180.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put him underneath the camera?
Yeah,
He's got. They finally just changed some things up around here.
There you go, Robert.
Right.
Rob, thanks.
Here we go. Put a few of them up.
That He-Man book's going up too.
All right, really quick, Rob. I'm going to stop for 1 second. Monty, my brother's in the house, so he's coming on the show right now. Hey, buddy. How you doing, brother?
What's everybody doing out there tonight?
Thanks. Oh, people are up. We got 10 people watching. I can't believe it.
Hell, I just drank a bottle of wine. I'm gonna be up all night taking a piss.
You're so funny. I
ran out of bottled water, and the only thing I had in the refrigerator is what my nephew gave me. I said, "Oh, all right, I'll eat some pizza and I'll drink some wine." Damn, I should have drank wine 25 years ago. Shit.
You had Miss G smiling earlier because I was showing her the text you sent me earlier. She was
I was a little tipsy earlier. I'm starting to sober up now. That's a big ass bottle of wine, man.
Cheers.
Now, y'all were on the golden age subject, and I was just basically saying that, the problem is with the golden age is no matter how you protect them.
Keep talking because I'm going to show Rob's books. Rob,
okay.
Show your books. Keep talking.
Rob,
show your books.
As old as they are, some of them, I mean, they're going to deteriorate a lot faster than the newer stuff. And you can only stop the deterioration so long because the paper they used back then it really sucked. I mean, it was a little bit thicker sheets, but the acid content in the paper was so high that's why you see a lot of these books deteriorating. True, it will be gone 100. They'll still be around after I die, but I give golden age books a good 100 years after I die, and they'll be in so bad shape that they just won't be around.
Nice.
But it's kind of so here's my theory though. It's kind of like that bottle of wine you just enjoyed. It's gone, brother, but you enjoyed it.
Yep.
But in 100 years it won't make no difference.
So there's a delicate balance between doing what in life would echo in eternity, and also enjoying your life that God gave you. And so I look at it.
Nice.
That is nice.
Oh, look at this.
That's
Straight fire.
That
Right
is
off.
good.
Then we got some poison ivy. Oh, come on.
That is red. Wow.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that aspect too. I just need to learn to get rid of some of my newer books and go back and take the money and buy the Golden Age books, because my OCD, I don't want to sell nothing.
Yeah, I know. That's the hardest thing.
That's my problem.
Yeah,
Right.
mine too.
And now I'm getting hey, I got that book.
Oh, that's good Neil Adams stuff there. That's good.
Right there.
I didn't know I had that book. About a year ago, I found it.
Yeah, I interviewed him shortly one time. Oh, that's a good one too. I don't have that one.
Oh, I love that book. Beautiful.
Oh man. You want to sell that one?
Nope.
That's nice.
a really nasty neighborhood for that one.
Wow.
I think he's got the same problem I got.
Right. Well, that's nice stuff. That's good too.
I don't have a 181.
I sold my 180 to get a 181.
Nice. Oh, I love this one.
That's more Adams.
Love it. Love it. That one right there is on my list.
Austin brand, right? That's good stuff. It's good.
Just some stuff that I have.
Yeah,
So how
that's
big, yeah, some stuff he has.
Yes, I can't pronounce his name. Collectibles, whatever. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. It's Splash Page Comics.
There we go. Hold on, where are we?
All these guys have a YouTube channel.
Yes, every
yes.
single buddy.
Even Rob.
Yeah,
Somehow.
C.S. Lewis writings. Yes, C.S. Lewis is I don't collect them, but boy, that is good stuff. C.S. Lewis stuff. You know, he was friends with Tolkien. C.S. Lewis
Yep.
was. People don't realize that. And they were writing about their time that they lived in. I mean, what a incredible time, because they both
Like
lived
I
in
said,
World War One area.
history.
Jonathan Edwards, yeah, he's something else too. That's he wrote "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God." No, that's I don't collect their works, but I do read them. You know, to be honest, when you're talking books, I read a lot of 20th century comic books, but when I do read books, usually they're over 100, 200 years old. There's some richness to the writings back then. I mean, I don't know. I like that stuff.
Drop the YouTube channels, guys. Why?
Just go to Splash Page Comics.
Yeah, there you go.
He's saying Tolkien and Lewis were great friends. Yeah,
Yes.
they were.
They were.
Tolkien invented the whole wizardry stuff.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
That's something else I've been kind of getting into. My kids play board games. Like in the winter, I do this kind of stuff, like paint stuff.
Oh my goodness. I used to do that.
I do. I used to do that too.
I
Right.
can't see now, so
I
don't
can't
do it no
focus,
more.
but yeah. Well, I ran across some rummage sale, and they had a bunch of these pewter, probably about 300 of these pewter old Dungeons and Dragons deals for like $2, and I just
That's
started-
awesome.
right. So I just started cleaning them up and painting them. It's cool stuff.
I had a
Minotaur.
whole collection of lead soldiers, and my son's got into them, and I don't know. They're somewhere buried in sand somewhere. I don't know where they're at.
Something about, like, I don't play video games, but boy, I'll play board games. That and
Yep.
500, and I'll play
Oh yeah,
cards.
board games.
Yeah, I was a huge D&D player and a Warhammer 40,000. I used to play that game too. That's a lot of miniatures.
I think there's something that's lost. Nothing wrong with video games, I guess, but there's something lost with the lack of fellowship in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
You
There
know, I mean, to me, the whole board game thing, it's like while you're talking about comics, there's something about people getting together
Rob.
and eating pizza doing that. But yeah, so I worry about
Yeah.
our generations that way now. They're so obsessed with what media, you
What
know.
are you doing?
Of course, in here we sit on YouTube, but
Well, I know when I was a kid, my parents used to get together with a group of people on Saturday night, and they used to either go play cards or board games.
right. I think there's something special about that type of fellowship. I guess not that they don't, but there's a connectivity with human beings that I think is as important as what they were doing, you know. And I think we lose some of that a little bit. So
What is that, Rob? The like Satanic Bible? What?
No.
This is what got me spending money. Can you see what it is?
No, I can't.
Stuff.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. It's Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
there's
first
print
of Winnie the Pooh, 1926.
That is awesome.
Stop.
Yeah, I got this as this isn't mine. This is a present for my best friend that allows me to live here and lets me have this room. So this paying the amount that I paid for it got me on the road to paying for more expensive books, because I'm going, if I just spent like a lot of money on this.
Can you show that, Rob, one more time? Just show it up at the cover, because I want to show Miss G that, because Miss G loves Winnie the Pooh and she would love to see that.
Yeah, it doesn't have the original dust jacket, and I fashioned it out of a little backing or a little.
What is the date on that book?
1926, first print. Really faded, but it's still the original Winnie the Pooh. And it's her favorite character. So I spent almost a year trying to find a decent copy, and I did. And I went, well, if I'm spending this much money on like a book for someone else, because she was trying to get me something really cool, and it turned out to be my press. So that's kind of how I wound up spending more than $100 on a book routinely, until I wound up getting like, Action 242.
That's really, really cool.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
I still haven't watched
Willie Dilly Old Bear.
The new movie that just came out of Winnie the Pooh, it needs some Prozac. It's depressing. I would not recommend it.
Oh, that was probably wrote by Donkey.
It was like Eeyore was in the movie.
Eeyore. Yeah, I'm thinking Shrek. Never mind.
Rob, you are now a moderator, buddy.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Stop.
Thank
Stop.
you.
Stop.
Here you go, Leva.
Putty
What
Cat
else you got, Mike?
taking over his computer.
But that Defenders book that you have there with Valkyrie on it, I like that book. That's underrated. Yeah, that's a good book.
Yeah, now the only last Valkyrie I need to get is one of the Journey into the Mysteries. Then I have all the first appearances of the Valkyries.
Okay.
Well, if I can tear my way from
Avengers.
If I can tear my way from some of my books when I get my shop built, I'm just going to have to start selling some of my stuff, Bronze Age and up, to newer stuff, and start buying the Golden Age, some more Golden Age stuff, start filling in the blanks of what I need, especially the Captain America stuff.
Right. Well, you go gold Captain America, you have to sell everything.
I got quite a few Captain America, but
Really?
I still need some big issues though.
Right.
But see, when I go into Golden Age, I like to, at least my standards on grading go down to, I like to stick with 5.5 being the lowest, 5.5s or 6.0s. But you go 5.5 and 6.0s in some of those early Captain Americas, you're looking at probably $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't be doing that. Yeah. To me, it's got to have a cover, and really, I'm not after that. If it's presentable and it doesn't have some kid that put a penis on it, I don't mind it. I guess Gold Age is so much more forgiving that way, just because of the rarity of it. And to be honest, modern books kind of scare me because you just don't know what you're getting. They're so picky. They've got to be perfect. And I don't know, just,
Yeah, these modern age books, I mean, this modern age collecting is about to tick me off. I mean, I think I pick up the Immortal Hulk, Venom, and what was the other one? Thor. Those are only 3 runs that I pick up. Right. Everything else I buy is either Silver Age, but I've almost got all the Silver Age. So I've started picking up the golden age now. And I got pissed off in the 90s when Marvel started the little gimmickry of variant covers, bronze covers, indented covers, trifold covers, and all that. That pissed me off. So I went back and started buying Silver Age back in the 90s.
Rob, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's smart. Yeah. No, I personally, I know they were multiplying comics too by the millions back when Image started and all that. But so I don't collect those things either. But I can see the draw to a lot of people. Sometimes we forget how old we might be, I guess, and it's good to remember back. Like my kids, they look at a Copper Age book. Well, like just ASM 300. I bought that newsstand, rolled it up in the back of my pocket, and walked to high school with it in the back of my pocket.
Yeah, Mr. White. You got Monty like shaking his head. Oh my God.
I traded all the McFarlane run when I was in college, the entire McFarlane run for the game called Axis and Allies, because it's a $50 game. Axis and Allies, awesome game. I said, it wasn't a big deal back then. And sometimes you wonder if I enjoyed comics more back then, though, because I read them. They were cool. And then at that point, I didn't really, covet them, and stuff. Now, to me, if I haven't looked at it in like a year, it's kind of like your garage. If you haven't looked at something in a year, do you need it anymore?
Yeah.
So liquidate, get something that I might want to look at, and then it changes, and that's the way I am. So I maybe I depart with stuff quicker than some people.
How many kids do you have, Airboy?
3. I got 3 kids. One's graduated, and then 2 are still in high school.
What do they think about your collecting habits?
Well, my daughter wants to be a librarian. So something with reading stuff. Now she actually reads books, and she's got tons of books. And my son, he collects Star Wars books. And my other daughter, she's got actually the whole kind of Gold Age series of that treasure chest. Okay. That's got the classics. Sure. So she likes to read too. So they all have gotten a love for reading out of it, which is what started me down the line. My mom wanted me to learn how to read, and she bought me comic books. And
the exact same thing happened to me.
Right. So I think it's cool. And I think it's also cool. Probably most of us are the same age. We're connecting back to our childhood, and, memories are rich. If you had a decent, I was blessed with, good parents there. We were poor, but they loved me, right, and provided. And so reaching back to this nostalgia back into 70s and 80s, to me, that's the joy of the whole thing. Maybe that's why I like the older stuff.
Sure.
That's why I like it. I remember the sights and sounds and stuff and everything. When I look at some book, you mentioned like Hulk 181. When was that published?
1974.
Yeah, 74.
Yeah, 74. Yeah.
So that's the year I was born. The whole 70s period, the music and all that stuff brings back memories to me. And so that's why I like the old stuff. And the new stuff, unless it's a really good story, like you mentioned Immortal Hulk, that's a cool story. Yep. And so I like that. But the rest of it doesn't bring back those memories. And to me, that's what has value in it, I guess. It's just a collection in the end of the day, but that's cool.
See, what the collecting means to me when I pick up the old books, it reminds me, you ever been in your car driving along, you turn on a radio and you hear a song you hadn't heard in 40 years.
Right.
And you go, wow. Then all of a sudden it transports your mind back in time 40 years ago, and you can remember listening to this song, and you remember exactly what you're doing, and that shiver goes up and down your spine, and you just get that tingle, and you feel like you're freaking 16 all over again.
Right.
Right. And that's what it is when I find an old book and everything, and I remember it takes me back to that place, and it's just like that badass song playing on that radio you hadn't heard in so long.
Right. It's interesting. I don't know what the age is of us here, but my kids have the ringtones on their phones. I don't even know how to set up ringtones on my phone. Whatever.
No, I don't either.
But they've got like old rock music, like Guns N' Roses and Van Halen for their ringtones, because they grew up listening, because I listen to that music now that I listen back, and completely agree with you.
5 years ago or 6 years ago, my son was in school. He was in high school, and they started playing this. I mean, it was like a craze that went all over this school about this song. It was by Asia. And my son come home. He said, "Man, have you heard this song?" And he said, "It's cool." And he played it, and I just looked at him and said, "Yeah, I've heard it. Man, it's brand new." I said, "No,
ain't nothing new."
You know what irritates me?
I listen to a lot of techno music. That's my brand. But there's this one guy, Armin van Buuren. He did a recreation of something called "Jump" by Van Halen, and kids love it. And I'm like, this came out when I was a kid.
Yes.
Right.
See,
That whole
I live with I live on the country, and the workplace I live is really close to me. A lot of the guys listen to country music. Don't get me wrong. All right. I'm not a huge country fan. I'll be honest. The modern country drives me insane. I'm hearing so much of our older music from the 70s, 80s, rock music, pop music, all being converted to country music. And you can hear the tones. And I'm like, what is this? This is Van Halen's tune. What are they doing to it? They're like, no, it's not. I go, yeah, it is. Here, go look it up. Look it up on your phone. You'll see it. Oh my goodness, it is. It came out in 1971. I go, yeah.
and they were doing that in the 60s because Stairway to Heaven was a remake from a poem that was done in the 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the same lyrics and stuff and some of the same wording. Led Zeppelin took it out of a book and reworked it and put it into a song. So it was all being done, plagiarized. You know, it's just if you can get that big enough gap to where the generations are wide enough, then they don't know it.
Right.
You know.
Right. It's interesting.
I mean, I can still remember where I was. I can still remember where I was when Robert Plant came out with the song "I'm in the Mood for a Melody," and I can't tell you what I was doing because it's a little X-rated. But yeah, I was in the mood for a melody, and I remember when it hit the radio.
Right.
What children are watching right now that could potentially be, I don't know, ruined by your story at 3?
A lot, because there's a lot of parents that don't give a shit out there.
Then they deservedly need to get ruined by your story.
Oh, Monty.
Here, I think the same thing is true for comics. Here's a question: name the first superhero that had a secret identity.
Superman.
No, Zorro.
It was Zorro.
Zorro.
You're right.
And that's, I mean, you're talking turn of the century stuff.
1938. Was it 1938 the Superman first appeared?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 40 years after Zorro first appears. I mean, not the same period, but basically you got a rich, I mean, that's the first Batman. You got a rich guy that wears a mask and fights for the unfortunate, right? That's what you've got.
Yeah.
And I would suggest that, like you had mentioned the Golem story and that Strange Tales.
Yep.
I would suggest that human culture has taken stories from a mythological basis or a biblical basis and then just rewrote them and changed them over time.
Example.
I mean,
go ahead.
Grim fairy tales.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an example. So let's just take Superman, for example. So you've got two Jewish writers that write the character of Superman, right?
I'm liking
a character. Okay. So you've got this guy. You've got this guy whose father is from another place. He's out there, right? He's out there. Who comes to the earth. He can't sin. He can't lie. He's perfect in every way, right? And he basically is the savior of all mankind. That's Superman, right? It's a Christology story. That's what they're doing. They're taking a biblical example and then placing it there and then writing a story about it. And I would suggest that a lot of that stuff originates back in mythology and back in from some biblical stories or characters, from the Epic of Gilgamesh to Beowulf. You just keep going back and you start reading through human history. You mentioned the Silver Surfer, that tragedy of the Silver Surfer, where you've got this, I mean, a tragic thing. Put yourself in the situation. Would you trade 8 billion lives for your wife? And most of us would say in a second, right? That tragedy, that's Shakespearean.
It's also the Cleopatra syndrome.
Exactly.
Right. Same thing. I guess the thing is, there's nothing necessary.
My kingdom for the woman behind the wall, thou art thou.
Well, we also go Troy too. So,
have any of y'all seen the newest Bill and Ted movie?
Not yet. I want to.
No.
It's good.
Ted.
Okay, I don't want to ruin it then because I would have made a point. I'll parallel it to this. Everything is built off of something else, all the way up from like Vision and the Avengers, being based off of another Avenger that came about 20 years, 30 years prior. Most of those Roy Thomas characters from that time were all built off of others. Even from like Superman, you were seeing characters that were wearing the wrestling, the underwear on the outside. It was something normal until we just accepted it, and everything's built off of something else until nothing's new, nothing at all.
Right.
Well, the reason,
and so that's why it's cool to collect. It's cool to collect stuff from the past because you see that, I guess. I mean, sorry to interrupt, but that's why I'm so interested in the past and stuff that is older, because you see that kind of that progression, and that's cool. That's just really neat.
Something you brought up, Airboy, that just rang a bell. I'll have to read it off air to you at one time, but I call it truth, and it has a lot to do with what you just mentioned. And it's something I wrote, and it had to do with comic books and history and a little bit of mythology. I'll read it to you off air. It's a little long.
Well, today the comic books is a mythology of tomorrow.
Right.
And the reason Superman wears his underwear on the outside is because he made a bet with the Hulk, who was the strongest, and whoever was won had to wear their underwear on the outside.
Right.
And by next year, when DC gets rolled into Marvel, I will wind up seeing that in continuity, right?
You know what? If Marvel buys DC, I will leave the new book buying industry. I will never buy a new Marvel book the rest of my life.
Well, we just have
it will be it. It'll be over.
Across the streams, right?
Yeah, you cross the streams, and what do? You get your buddy's leg wet.
Spider-Man with Superman, with very rare exceptions. Don't tie the continuities together.
Oh yeah,
it don't mix it together. I don't fear that kind of stuff because there's always something new. These companies are out to make money selling paper. Isn't that what they're doing?
When they're doing 30 copies of the book, it's ridiculous.
Right. But the writers and the artists, they're creators, right?
Getting shorter and shorter. Notice all the new modern stories are stupid short.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly right. Yeah, that's very true. But I guess there's still hope that there's still creators out there and writers out there. And I think whether it even be, if it's not Marvel and DC, whether it's some independent comic book or whatever, there always will be a supply of stories that feed our imagination, irregardless.
Absolutely.
We just have to, it's a little bit like, the Bible talks about seeking ye shall find. You just got to seek it out and you're going to find it. And you got to just throw away the trash. So whatever company name it takes, fine.
Sure. Well,
but I don't fear that as much. But
I don't think as much as the writer is going to suffer as the art. The art is suffering now. We're just not realizing how many people are drawing with a computer. I mean, I don't consider it art if you got a pad and you're drawing on a computer, then hitting certain spots and it's turning the colors and doing all that. Actual pencil drawing and taking it out. That way the computer's not helping you out when you do that. And we're losing that art. Pretty soon, you're not going to be, all the art's going to be stored in the computer and you just click body parts and assemble it in the background and that's going to be it.
Well, I remember initially when you started seeing Frank quietly go from using an inker to just, I don't know, importing it into Photoshop, working with the levels.
Yeah.
And, hey, we have an inked piece. And I go, no, now it just looks sketchy and bad. A real inker contributes a lot. I do like the modern coloring. You can add a lot very quickly. Unfortunately, colorists are paid terribly. No one knows who any colorist
Paper is horrible. You have to watch it with some of the Marvel titles. I've noticed recently they actually are bleeding and they're rubbing off.
Well, that's just the printing quality.
Yeah, I know. I wear my gloves, buddy. Trust me.
I mean, how odd is it that back in the late 90s or so, when I'm taking a look at Black Panther being published back then, they were shorter comic books, but at the same time, the ink didn't rub off like the new stuff does. And the new stuff should be, like cheaper to produce, better quality. No, the stuff that was printed back in like the time when they were going through bankruptcy was better.
Yep. Oh, what happened? Did we lose? Is he coming back?
Airboy.
Come on back, Airboy. You're more than welcome.
Even the ink that we're using now is not as good as the ink they used that was wrote or used in the Egyptian pyramids that they wrote on papyrus. It's still around. This stuff ain't gonna be around very long at all.
No,
Yeah, I mean, love Saga, but every single back of those issues, when I go to take them out of the bag, if there's an imprint.
Come on back, Airboy. The link is in the description, buddy. You can just click on it. All right. On that note, I have to do a real quick thing for a couple people. So give me 1 second, guys. So here's another video. Please go check out Skeleton Comics on all your moderns and all of your art from the Art Chemist. Here we go. I made these videos, 2 more videos for them. So here's one. Enjoy. Please go check out Skeleton Comics. You get 10% off on your orders. Please go check them out. I get nothing for this. I am doing it just to be, they're my friends. Please go check them.
3D Studio Max?
What's that?
Did you create all that in 3D Studio Max?
Yeah.
Am I your friend?
Yes, of course you're
good. I need to get you to create me something like that because that's awesome.
I have one more drop. One more drop for them because I said that I was going to do this for them. So one more drop for you guys. There you go, Angie and Arsenio. That was just for you guys. So
okay.
Come out there in the description down below.
I just peed my pants.
Well, I had them review that before I actually put it on. I said,
"That's cool. That is cool."
They liked it. She really liked it. She picked
that is really cool. That's the best thing I've seen.
So please go check them out, you guys. You get 10% off on your orders, comics, pre-orders, and art from Arsenio. So please go check them out.
And if you use the word Mr. White Gloves, you won't get nothing off.
No, the code is down in the description. I'm not going to say what it is. You have to go look at the description. That's where you're going to get your code. You'll get 10% off on your orders on your pre-orders. So one last one really quick. This is for my buddy John Hoffman because we're actually 2 hours into this.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with it at all. At all.
a box for you. I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you.
Please go check out Marvelous Comics. John Hoffman's the bomb. Please go check him out.
I feel like
I love that video. That video had me crying every time I watch it.
I feel like petting a puppy dog and rubbing a kitty cat on the tummy. I'll be damned.
Description. Please go check him out. Love you guys.
Great work, Robert. Great work. Where's my napkin? I need to dry my tears.
Okay. So where were we? Where were we talking about?
Well, I was going to ask Mr. Gretzky about some of his oldest Archies.
He came back. Good. Here he comes. There he is.
Ah,
There you go, air boy. You're back. Okay, Gretzky, you got a question for Mr.
yes. Let me see if I got any laying around here.
Yeah.
I want to see some of your old Archies.
Yeah, that's what we want to see too.
Oh, more Batman. More Batman.
Nah, we don't need Ratman.
Right.
Yeah.
Airboy, have you ever seen Monty's collection?
A Ragman.
I have not.
Airboy, Monty's collection would blow your mind.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would.
That's mine is strange.
Look at Rob. Rob's just giggling. Definitely, Airboy. Rob, I'm telling you right now, my buddy Monty right here is got. He would, yeah. Trust me. I've had him on the show. If you go back and watch some of my other older shows, I've got him some on there where he's showing just straight fire. He literally went to his bank vault and pulled out books for me to show on the show.
See,
Blow your mind.
I've showed him.
He has monsters.
Yes, he does.
See, I showed them on Rob's. I showed them on Rob's show and Rob Worst show, and I've never ever showed them on my show. That's the whole thing. I'm like, I've never showed my Amazing Fantasy 15 or my Spider-Man 1 or my Avengers, all that. I've never showed on my show.
Monty, I love you, buddy.
It just so happens I bought all those when I was young because I was raised in a comic shop.
Wow, really?
Yeah, 1970s.
Best part, though, is the best part of his stories, though, is when he goes cross country to all these old shops and all these comic book shops, and he does a video on. Dude, those are awesome. He goes into some of these comic book shops across the United States. Those are so cool.
Yeah, the Cova put me on the hiatus this year, and I wasn't able to do anything. So
I was check that out, though. Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So you're raised in a comic book shop.
Well, let me put it this way. The comic shop that we went to, my cousin's mother used to go every weekend to Lubbock to pick up Avon. And she had to go to Lubbock to pick it up. And me and my cousin used to ride with her. She used to go clothes shopping and dress shopping and shoe shopping. Well, there was a comic in the shopping center. There was a comic shop. And we got to hang out there for a little bit. And as she went there every weekend, and I got to go every weekend. And when my mom went, my cousin went with me. Well, we got to know the owner. And pretty soon it was like 30 minutes there, an hour there, 2 hours there. Then pretty soon it was like, all right, I'm going shopping. I'll be back in 4 hours. Fine. He put us to work, and we bagged and boarded and sorted and alphabetized, and he talked about comics, and he told us the comics to buy and what to get, and we started doing it. And that's when I picked up my Amazing Fantasy 15 for like $350. Spider-Man 1 for like $300.
Oh my!
My Avengers for like
Rob's face.
I mean, $200. These were all back in the 70s, and these were the books that he told us to get.
Smart. When did Mylar come out, or when did you start using Mylar?
I changed all back then. I think I had 22,000 books. Started changing them back in 2000.
Okay.
And it took me a year to change everything over to Mylar and acid-free backboards. And I was even making my short boxes back in the 80s. I was making them out of pine wood.
Right.
And that's where all my short boxes were.
Most of my boxes I've made out of my shop, out of wood, right? Because they last longer.
Oh yeah,
but
but they're heavy as hell when you fill them up.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know. It just seems it protects it, and then plus, you know, it's something to do, I guess. But
But I have almost got all. I'm getting close to 30,000 books now, and just about all 30,000 are in Mylar and acid-free backboards.
Do you? So I bought this software for the computer, and it's been real handy. And I've been trying to go through and grade them now. But do you catalog them all on a computer software, or do you just literally remember all of them that you have?
Okay, now, Mr. White, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this, Airboy.
You doing, Gizzy? I gotta get out.
I gave up my memory years ago.
Wait until you see this, Airboy.
I use this. It's an old price guide checklist, and I go through and I check them. This goes for every book all the way back to 62 or 60, all the way to 2008. It's got checks by it, and I go through it and I check it off here because
all old school.
Yeah, all old school. And when I get my shop finished, this is my on the road copy, and this goes to 2010, and this is going to be my master copy.
Okay.
I don't put nothing computer, nothing like that, because I'm afraid I'll lose it.
Okay.
I'm old school.
Yeah, I started to just put them on the computer just because I can take them in and out, and then I can associate the grade with it. And I guess, to be honest, part of the reason I put them on the computer, I work as a deputy sheriff, and what I do is I don't sit there and pull over people for traffic. I basically just pick up people that are suicidal and take them to the hospital to get mental help most of the days. But that said, because of the past that I've had with my background, I've taken too many theft reports, right? And so it's just material. But even though I live out in the country, if someone came and took things, right? Because people know what a Hulk 181 is, right? So if they took things, how do you declare a certain value as far as insurance wise? Not that I'm in it for that, but for me, it's important to catalog. And that software has been a blessing, because if I've got the grade recorded, then I've got a mass collection recorded and have an estimate, as basic as it is, an estimate of value if something ever happened to it. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
There's really three ways I do that. Number one, have it in my book. Number two, my YouTube videos, because I just about show every book that I have, and I had a video record. And then number three, I have a private video record keeping that all my books are showed in there. That way I have proof I have the books. And the fair market value on the books can be determined at time of claim.
Correct. Yeah, right. That's cool. Yeah, and I just wondered how people catalog, because I don't have the memory. We've all had this.
I don't either.
I've traded, bought and sold, where I thought I had a couple copies of that, but no, maybe I only have one or two, or what happened to it, or where is it at? And that's
my problem is when I go out there, I'll sit there. Oh, I don't have this. Then when I get back and go to file it, I got 4 of them.
Right.
And I have got massive amounts of Silver Age books that I got 3, 4, 5 copies of.
And so, like, I'm not trying to get people to buy into the software, but the software that I got for the comic collector, it actually hooks up to my cell phone now. And so that I'm able to determine, like, if you go to a con and I see, oh, that's a cool book, actually to see, I got 3 copies of that book and I already have it in fine and very good. I don't need a 4th. And so then I pass that book up, even though you want to grab it. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Right. I do. I use the same thing. And that helps me, I guess, not buy books that I already have that I didn't know I have, Well, and then the other thing is,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
My problem is my cell phone hates me. It does not like me at all. I mean, this thing is like a evil demon that's in my pocket that rings for no reason,
Right.
doesn't work half the time,
Right.
and when it decides to work, it doesn't work the way I want it to work.
Right.
And
I
it's all
understand.
the battery's always. I hate my smartphone. It's smarter than I am. I want flipper back. A flip phone.
I understand that completely. Yeah, and I don't know why we keep getting calls on our cell phone about the new car warranty. When I drive an 86 Chevy pickup.
You too. Oh my God!
I've been getting that damn same thing over and over again
for 2 years now.
Yeah,
new car warranty. I drive an 86 Chevy pickup.
Yeah, I got an old Dodge. Yeah, the same thing. It's been paid off a long time ago. It's like, give me a break.
Right. I'll give you a big hint. Don't piss them off like I did, because they call you 3 times a day. They call on there to be removed from our call thing. Press 2. So I say, all right, I've done that like until my finger hurts. So I'm going to go 1. So I sit there. They said, yes, this is your extended car warranty. What is the make your model of your car? I got a 2019 Lamborghini Diablo. I go, excuse me? I said, a 2019 Lamborghini Diablo. Oh, we're going to be a smart ass, huh? And they hang up on me. Mm-hmm. For like 6 months, I got calls 3 times a day from them. And I finally just, I can't take it no more. I answer the phone and they say that. I'll press 1 and wait until they come on and I'll scream, stop calling me. Then I'll hang up. I mean, I'm about to blow a gasket on this shit.
Yep. Mike, do you have those books, bud?
I have a few here that I'll show you. But
all right, I want to see these.
Real quick, I was just going to say, if you want to put your stuff into CLZ, you can put multiple issues. You can put the grade. I think you can even assign a value monetary.
Yes.
And on top of that, to put, and I can tell you how many I have right now because I just sold 9 boxes because it was just crap I didn't want anymore because I'd rather have room for stuff I do want. Yep. So to put all of this into CLZ, which is about 13,000 comics, almost 14,000 comics. Right after the pandemic happened, it took about 3 weeks to do it, almost nonstop, going on to everybody's shows. So it's not like it takes forever to do it, but
no,
if it's good stuff, you can scan the barcode. A lot of these newer ones, they'll have the barcode like this Teen Titans. Like on this, you can just go deep, but for these older ones that have the
right,
you know, like this kind of stuff, you'll have to go and just start going. Okay, number 1, 2, 3, click X, check, and you have it all put in.
Right. One bad thing about CLZ is because that's the software I use. One bad thing about CLZ, if you collect rare gold, then you're going to have to scan in the image yourself because they won't have record of it. And so then that's what I've started to do now, which is not a big deal because I even collect a few pulps. I love the covers on pulps.
I have 4 boxes of pulps.
Right. And I even put those in there. And to be honest, the most underrated covers and art are on those pulps.
Yes,
I know the paper's deteriorating, but they're beautiful.
They are. Yes, they are.
But you know, so I don't know if they could slab a pulp.
I wish they could.
If they could slab a pulp, I would own an AF-15 because some of the Planet stories on the pulps. I mean, the Planet comics, the Planet comics that came out the same time. It's the same artists doing some of the same stuff. Some of the pulps are just beautiful compared. If they could slab it, and I've talked to and I've argued with CGC. I even had a grader say that they were gonna grade a couple pulps that I had that were thin enough to fit in their large slab, but they still sent them back with a refund. So yeah, if they could slab a pulp, then you'd see the whole world. I mean, yeah, pulps are beautiful. So
let's see what you got really quick, bud.
Okay.
Let's see, bud.
Let me show you this one.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
What year is that one?
Yeah.
I have to pull.
No, don't pull it out. Don't pull it out.
Don't pull it out. You're gonna freak him out. And you're gonna freak me out because no glory.
Is it 60s, 70s?
I think it's like in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's the 60s. Yeah, that's in the 60s there.
Nice.
That's nice.
What's Jughead's real name?
Yeah.
Forsyth. Well, let me pull it up here. It's it's Forsyth.
Forsyth P. Jones.
Yeah, something like that. It's
My daughter reads Archie. She just said that she's up yet. So,
yeah, something like that. I forget what the P stands for, but there was something else about I've read it somewhere about why he wears the letter on his sweater or whatever. And I don't know. There's been different takes on whatever.
It's all good.
Jughead. But yeah, that one was 64.
1964.
Yeah, this is 60s again.
Oh wow, super!
That's cool.
I never heard of them.
I haven't either. What is that?
That's cool.
It's another Archie kids type series of a superhero duck.
Let's see it again. Show it up on the screen one more time. Let's see it.
Looks like Howard the Duck with a haircut.
It does.
A little bit.
It's like a bald Howard the Duck.
Yeah, he was like a bumbling buffoon, I guess, because some of the covers you see him falling downstairs and stuff.
What is he reading?
He's reading Life on Mars, a Martian something, and then the little Martian guy's reading Earth People about the Earth person.
Wow. Okay.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I have one of those, and they brought him back recently. They do these one shots. Sometimes they'll bring stuff back.
Betty and Veronica.
Yeah,
So so that's Betty and Veronica, and I know G Spot likes this, but when did Cherry Blossom come out? Because he likes redheads, right?
Yep.
When did Cherry Blossom come out?
Betty and Veronica, Archie's Girls, Betty and Veronica, 320, I think 320 something.
Wow.
So that would be, I think, the 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, really that long?
Yeah, she came out at about that time frame.
Oh, getting there at the
I have
eyes.
a question, Mike. Did you watch a Netflix of Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Not yet. But I've heard they're not doing any more of those, I guess.
No,
It's over. It got canceled.
Wow.
You know that one Sabrina comic, that modern one, which is kind of a callback to that Chamber of Chills book. That's a cool book.
It is.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Where the skull kind of comes through. It's like a yellowish cover. I wanted to get a copy of that, but that's a Sabrina book, I guess.
Who is the best artist you like on Archie?
Yeah.
Probably as of now, probably Dan Perrant.
Does he do much of the older stuff, or is he just mostly new stuff now?
He's mostly their go-to artist on just about anything Archie.
Was he from like the 80s?
Yeah, he was like somewhere around the 80s, maybe 90s. Did a lot of stuff back then.
Who was some of their Silver Age artists for the Archie?
Probably Bob Montana did a bunch of covers for them. He's probably the most famous of the early stuff. Then they had some early writers on there, some famous guys and that. And then they did the who's the other guy?
Afterlife.
Yeah, like DeFalco and DiCarlo, Tom DiCarlo and his brother did a bunch of Archie stuff.
I think DeFalco did some Marvel stuff also.
Yeah, because Tom actually got it started with Archie. Because he actually said that was his first gig, and he became their publisher whatever head of their publishing thing and stuff like that. So he said, yeah, he just said, oh, got started doing this, then went to Marvel. So
Sam Single Web. Hey, it's late for you, buddy. Hey, nice to see you, bud.
So, like these Archie comics, when you find them, the condition as far as them, I'm assuming Archie comics were read and not always put in poly or whatever. Is the condition usually pretty poor or mid-grade, or when you're
mostly pretty poor, because you find people who, but they think they got something that's because like the price of the grade goes from like near mint, they're up here, and they think, oh, I got a Silver Age Archie, it's worth a lot of money. It's like, no, you got a Silver Age Archie that's been read to death, and it's like in poor condition or fair condition, and it's going for $3. You know, it's going for $3-4, and you're trying to charge me, $20 for something that's a $3 book all day long.
Yeah, I think we all run into that.
Yeah, because their conditions are mostly red. I mean, I've never seen, like, unless I find a really good copy somewhere,
right?
Then I do pay a little more. But most of them I've paid exactly for, like, find them in dollar bins. Sometimes you go to cons and you'll find them because there's certain special things about them and stuff like that.
Well, you're keeping them alive, that's for sure.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like last year or the year before, as I watch these other videos, these younger guys have these top 10 stuff. Some of those swimsuit Archie covers were starting to command a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Is that still the case?
Yeah, it's like what a lot of people have said, and I know Take the Time Collectibles said this on a show once, that
Brian.
Archie's, Brian said, I think it might have been your show, Rob. You might have been on when he talked about Archie being only like in the last 5 years that people have started jumping on Archie.
Yeah, any kind of risque cover, any kind of cover with a double innuendo or entendre with the, oh, you got me some necklace, or I had to beat off all these guys for you. Those ones are like $100.
Oh yeah,
$1,000. It's crazy in the last 5 years how much Archie's blown up.
Yeah, and the TV show has more interest in the newer stuff than more of the older stuff, because the new comics don't. TV show really doesn't. What I've heard, I've only watched like the first 2 episodes. Was like, this isn't what I remember, so I stopped watching it. But they said, a lot of that didn't really translate into older sales of it. It's more of the newer stuff that came out. People started buying the Riverdale book and other junk.
Sure.
But we have.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice cover.
Nice. Yeah, golden age right there.
Mm-hmm.
What's the date on that one, bud?
52.
Wow.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, that might be the oldest one of the Archie books I got in that one. Then we have some here.
Oh, look at that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love Life of Archie.
It looks like modern times right now. Bring that book back up.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's what I said when I got it. I was like,
there's COVID
right
there. Oh my goodness.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a minute. Is Archie talking about that back in the 60s about that?
Right.
The one where they're getting chased by a dinosaur.
Oh, nice.
I might end up getting that one graded.
Is it wait, put that back up. Is that one guy like letting out gas from his ass and
he's breaking wind?
He is.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Damn, he literally shot himself.
Yeah.
There's definitely a turtle head coming out of that one.
Nice.
Yeah. And you have like universal type monsters.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's hilarious. Look at that.
Everyone's farting.
Yeah,
I know. That's what I always wondered.
Check this out. Tell me if this is a first appearance or not of this thing here. This is similar. Okay, so I call this first time Hulk takes a dump.
Clear up, buddy. I have to wait for it to clear up. It's a little blurry. Bring it a little closer. Okay, hold it for a sec. Your camera is still blurry.
Oh my gosh.
What's going on there? What is going on there?
He's about to get.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Gay
I don't know
porn.
if you know Mr. Unknown Comics guy, but we were on an auction together or whatever, selling comics, and he sold the books. I didn't buy his book, but I saw it that day, and I said, "That's the first appearance of Hulk taking a dump."
I love it.
So, anyway, one of the reasons I like that, like those Archies or the Gold Age, is what attracts you to them. People are obsessed with first appearance, fine, but what attracts you to them is like for Gold Age, and you guys already know this. Well, is there a girl with a red dress on it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is she tied up? Is there a saw blade involved? A bed of nails? How many skulls are on the cover? You know, so we start thinking, is it a skull cover? Is it a red dress cover? And to me, that's cool. I guess that's what makes it collectible. It doesn't have to be the first appearance of Captain America. Yep. And, you know, so I don't know. That to me is cool.
Yeah, that one there is actually a reprint. Actually, they redid the cover of an old pet comic, doing the same gig, doing the same gag. Yeah, they're doing the same gag on that one.
Cool.
So they did the same gag on
Andy Griffith episode. That's cool.
That's exactly what it looks like. Sweet.
There's something people don't do enough. Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's what I love about those. I love those when they show like the bowling covers. I'm big into the winter covers when they do like winter scenes.
Cool.
That's why I collect a lot of those.
What are the dates on most of these?
These are probably 60s. These are 69.
69. Okay.
And then this one is 78. Basically, their take on Star Wars.
Love it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that book.
I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have that graded.
I own that book.
Yeah, I'm gonna have that graded. I bought it off of a collector who's on Instagram who has a eBay page, and she needed to sell some stuff, so I ended up buying a bunch of these.
What issue number is that?
Yeah, what is that?
That is Madhouse Comics issue 111.
111.
Okay.
That was
I
cool.
think it's the second series of that. But yeah, in Madhouse Comics, I think the first series is the first appearance. I can't remember which number it is, but it's an early, it's either like 21 or 22, somewhere around there, is Sabrina's first appearance. Then I have this that I actually sent in to get graded. I got it from which company did I get it from? Well, I can't remember what offhand. Wasn't My Comic Shop, I don't think. I think it was the other one. Metropolis. It's either mycomicshop.com or Metropolis. One of the two I bought it from.
Okay.
And got it graded.
Nice.
That's cool.
4 or 5.
What state is Archie from? They're going to California in that comic. What state do they originate from?
I don't even know if they really said. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't really remember.
Well, I just always thought it says they're taking a train to California. How many of you ever been on a train, a cross-country train?
Yeah, I haven't.
I'd love to try that sometime, to go out west and just
always wanted to do that.
right on a train.
My grandparents wanted to do that one time,
What was that?
before they passed away. But
I'm just saying, it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go get sleep. I'm old, but at least I got a chance to be on. I'm so glad that I could be on with you guys.
Thanks for coming, Rob. I appreciate it, buddy. You're awesome.
Have a good night and keep on collecting. I can't wait to see what else you guys get soon.
Anything new? Anything you want to say before you leave?
Watch our show. We do it every Wednesday. I only do a show once a week on my channel. It's called Not Near Mint, the name of the channel, also apparently the name of myself. Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's pretty much it.
Awesome, Rob. Thank
Lady
you.
Fantastic, Miracle Man, myself, and of course, Lady Fantastic.
Awesome, Rob. Do your laugh for me, please. Awesome. I love you, buddy. Have a good night.
Good night.
Take it easy, Rob.
Good night.
Please go check out Rob. He'll be in the description down below, you guys, please. So I got one more drop I got to do. Okay. Please go check out my buddy. And one last time.
I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you. I put my box in a box for you.
Okay.
This is so funny, man.
I love it. So John Hoffman, buddy. I love you. Please go check them out.
I got to find a puppy dog now. Come here, puppy. Oh, man. That's something.
Hold on, you guys. Just hang on. I'm going to call the show here. We're going almost 3 hours. Okay. So real quick, Mike, do you got anything coming up or anything going on, buddy?
Let me see here. Probably gonna drop a couple videos this week.
Cool.
Probably of what I picked up recently, and then whatever I pick up tomorrow, if I pick up anything at the dollar sale. It's in Charlotte, so that's where I'm going. And then probably drop a video on my list here on what I'm going to be collecting for the rest of next 8 years, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate it. Mike's stuff is in the description down below. Please go check him out, please. Mike, thank you for coming, buddy. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
A lot of fun, buddy. Awesome books, awesome knowledge. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, I think I've looked at the app. If I put everything in, which I'm going to go back through and put everything in, because I'm on vacation next week, so I'm going to try to update everything. I've probably got over almost 1,600 Archie books.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful. Wow. Sweet. All right. Airboy, you got anything going on?
No, I probably should post something on YouTube. It's been about a year and a half.
Any auctions? How about auctions? Any auction shows?
Yeah, I go on a lot of auctions. Unfortunately, my rural internet is not very good, and so it kind of hits me hard on an auction because they can't see the book. But maybe I should post something on there. I try to, I guess, like I said, I work as a cop, and I do every Sunday post a message, just an uplifting message on a website called www.john1717.com, and I'll put one on there because on the weekends I try to be involved in church activities and just let people know about the Lord. So that's one thing I got going. But I really appreciate G-Spot you letting me come on tonight. This was really fun to just meet with people that have very similar interests and are laid back and aren't in this hobby for money. That's encouraging to me.
Oh yes,
not a
Right.
problem. That's what this is all about. This is our passion.
Right.
Huge.
That's cool.
It's nice to be actually celebrating a little bit of collection and knowledge and having the same, what we love.
Right. That's cool. That's
Uh,
neat.
Thank you for coming tonight. It was really nice, and you're more than welcome to come on any show you'd like.
Well, you know what? You've sent me those links, and I'm going to dump out of my auctions just to maybe check this out instead. Because to be honest, there's so many auctions nowadays.
There is.
I'm getting sick of them. To be honest, I would rather talk about comics and what's cool, and what other people have, than the whole buy and sell and hustle. That gets.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It's a lot of
Right.
work.
What you doing, Breezy?
It really is.
right.
My
So,
buddy John is finding that out.
right. Wow. I don't know how in the world you keep up. I could do a mystery box for about 14 people, and then I'd be done, I think.
Yeah.
But wow. So
Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate it. It was wonderful.
thank you.
And my buddy Monty, it's all you, bud.
I ain't got nothing at all going on.
Give him an update. Come on.
I don't. I really don't. I mean, Airboy beats me. I ain't put out a video in like 8 months or 9 months.
Do your thing.
You Tubians, it's Mr. White Gloves that I don't have my gloves on. I don't know where they are. Comics. I got some stuff going on over my channel. If you just go and look, you'll see the reruns of the oldies. You can go back and look at some of my old videos. I even got one highlighted in there of the Roswell Alien Festival. Go check it out. I was talking to 2 green people, and they were really green. So go over there and check that out, and then check out my others down below. I'll show you how I vacuum store my long boxes, and I'll show you a bunch of old comics over there. So get over there and take care of that before you leave tonight. Don't even go to bed. Just going over my channel right now. Hit that sub button. It'll make you feel better.
Thank you, Monty. You're awesome. Okay, you heard the man. You heard everybody on the panel tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. This is a little long show tonight. So thank you for everybody who's watching. One last shout out for Skellington Comics. Please go check them out. There's a discount code down below for all your modern books and art from the Art Chemist. And now, with all that said and done, Jeff and Steve, I want to say again, thank you so much for the AOK. You guys are wonderful brothers to me in heart. Love you guys. Show that again one more time. And Jeff, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. And now that we're done with that, this is a Saturday in the basket. And thank you. So, love, peace, and blessed be everybody. See you next Saturday.